Welcome
Joseph,
in.
you win.
Welcome in, you win.
You win Tuesday's
are
stream.
Officially first. Y'all, welcome in. How are y'all feeling today? Let's get the likes moving. Let's get the shares moving, and we'll get things flowing here in a second. Let's just get some...
How is everyone doing today? What's up, Stinky? Good to see you.
Stinky, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are y'all feeling? 10, welcome in over on TikTok. Appreciate you hopping in. The music begins once we hit 5,000 likes and 20 shares. So like out the live, share out the live.
Hi,
Katie, welcome in. How you feeling? I'm going to get some stuff updated on the board as we get things moving here. Y'all keep liking and sharing out the live, and we'll get things flowing here in a second. Y'all, welcome in.
It's going pretty well. How's your day going, Joseph? What's up with you guys? How is the week going so far?
Let me get TikTok updated over there, too.
Good, bad, or mid?
Let's see.
Star is flying over, and I'm taking her to Disney World for the first time this Friday. I love that. That is so
DT,
cool.
welcome
DT,
in. What's up?
It's so
We're
good
back.
to see your name pop up in here.
We're back. Okay, I think everything is live. Should be perfect.
That sounds so fun, Joseph. I'm so excited for y'all.
All right, let me get the lineup.
Fun fact, Torvik has never been to Disney World.
Oh, why is it not up? Give me
So
1 second,
we need to go sometime.
go.
I'm glad that you're here, Katie. Thanks for being here.
There we go.
So I know Katie has credit.
There we go.
Stanky has credit, if I'm not
All
mistaken.
right, I get the line back up. And
16K monthly listeners on Spotify and on a small promo run. Yeah, of course, Brada. Congratulations on that. If you are interested and you are over on TikTok, head to the link tree and go to Track Talk Submission. You'll see all the steps there.
okay,
We are just getting started, so we're just getting the line updated now.
all right, Katie got you up there with your 10, and then Stanky Steak, I got you right here.
Yeah, Joseph, it can get super expensive for sure, but it'll be worth it. Yes. Okay, $10.
Stanky,
Nice.
10.
We got you.
Stanky got you with the 10. Let's go. Yep, got you. Katie, Stanky, you're up on the board. Ready
Yeah,
to go.
of course, Brada. We'd be so
DT,
honored.
I got you. Let's go.
DT, we get music from you? Dang.
Bro, it's been too
I'm
long.
excited.
It has been far too long since we've heard that beautiful voice.
Okay, sounds good, Katie.
Let me get you
That
up.
will definitely give you a better chance of getting heard for sure. Lately, the algorithm has been doing, it's been a little bit more back to normal, so sometimes it is tough to get to those 10s.
Oh, real quick, DT, I just saw your email come in on the other account. We have a new email, a new submission form. If you wouldn't mind going through there, that way I can get the email all in the right place. So we updated, it's all same thing on my link tree in the bio, click on
Yeah.
Track Talk Submission. If you wouldn't mind following that there, that would definitely help us out. I got your 30 up on the board and everything ready to go. Thank you so
I'm
much
so
for the
excited
gifts,
that
Joseph.
you've been able to write more,
Thank you,
DT. Thanks, Joseph.
Makes
Finger
me
hearts.
Yo, 50% already. Let's go.
Thank
Joseph,
you
thank
so
you so much,
much.
man. I appreciate you. And Katie, I got you as well. Let me get you updated. Appreciate you so much. Y'all keep sharing out the live, liking up the live. Let's go. Joseph already hitting the freaking goal. Mason, welcome in, man.
Amazing.
Yo,
Thank
let's
you.
go, man. Show some love to Joseph.
I sneezed. What I miss?
Show some love to Joseph. I appreciate you so much. And then let's see, Katie, I got you updated on the board as well. Thank you for the finger heart, Stinky. Let me update this live goal too. Y'all keep sharing out the live, keep liking the live. Once again, as soon as we hit 5,020 shares.
There's something I was gonna tell Joseph, but I'm forgetting. What was
Mason,
it?
thank you for the roses. Retrack, welcome in. How y'all feeling today?
Before he distracted me with all those lovely gifts,
This is lovely gifts.
there's something. What the heck was I gonna tell you, Joseph?
Interesting.
It either had something to do with Disney World, your food prep service, or
Let's see
your
what we got
song.
here.
I don't know. There's a million things I want to talk to you about. TV setting for the stream is clean. Thank you, Mason. Oh, EQ. Okay, yeah, I was like, I don't know what that is, but thank you for saying it's clean. Thank you for being here, Mason. Is that Mason from a long time ago, or is that a new Mason?
Thank you for the Juan. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Disney World, Linktree, HelloFresh, Pinterest, the bullet points.
Disney World, Linktree, HelloFresh, Pinterest.
Oh yeah, let me pull up the emails here and make sure I got you on the right spot here.
What board is that on top?
You talking about this right here? Right here, that is a Behringer Poly D. It is Behringer's Mini Moog clone.
Our
Yeah, I
Hello
love it.
Fresh is still frozen because we're like weird and we plan out our meals like very specifically, so we haven't tried those yet, but I'm excited.
Yeah, of course, DT. Yeah, absolutely, 100%, man. Yeah, we'll see what it gets. What it's like whenever we actually launch the
there's a good
live at
chance-
5,000.
Yeah, there's a good chance that
Yeah, Mini Moog is
You may
amazing.
need
I have
30.
I just finished editing a YouTube video where I showcase this kind of for the whole video, and just showing some things that are fun to do on it. That'll probably come out in a couple days. I'm excited, but I love it. The Behringer's awesome. It's one of the best, synth investments for the money, I think. All right, and then let me see, DT.
drop the link. The link to what again? What did you just say?
Maybe for the YouTube when it comes out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll post about it for sure. DT, I'm
we
not.
do have a Discord if you'd like to join it. That will be the best place. You'll get all the updates.
Not seeing it yet, DT. Let me see.
But honestly, the Discord is more for you guys. We don't want it to be like too much self promo in there.
Yeah.
We'll do our fair share. I know Wubsy always tells us to drop our stuff too. Yeah, Joseph, what's up? Hit me. Hit me. What's up, Wubsy? There you are.
What's up? What Wubsy mentioned?
Hey, Boets.
Boets, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How you feeling today?
Yeah, we do try to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, guys, but we did have to miss yesterday. But we will be live still more this week. More than the 3 days, I think. Because we're going out of town soon to visit family and go work. So, we'll be trying to go live as often as possible.
Thank you for the heart, me, Priscilla.
What's up, Reach? Good to see you.
And yeah, DT, I'm not. Oh, there it is. DT, yours just came in. Got you. You're set. If y'all do want to submit yeah, if you want to submit if you would like to submit, go to my link tree, click on Track Talk submission, and read through all the details, follow all the steps. Please check the line first so you can see the order, see the minimums and stuff like that as we go through the course of the live. If you want to read any details about what we do, why we do it, how we do it, all of those are there at the link tree at Track Talk submission. Just follow all the steps there and you'll be ready to go.
Literally, Wubsy, that was perfect.
Not our music, Mason. We like I said, you can read through all the
Boets.
details at the link tree, but we are working with independent and just small artists, help them improve on the structure of their mix and master and production, their style, image, and aesthetic. We're going to get into song structure and lyrics, all kinds of stuff. So the whole structure of this live is just to offer tools, offer a professional second set of eyes and ears on the creative expression to, small independent artists and stuff like that. But yeah, not our own stuff. We're here offering a service to others.
Producers, DJs, musicians of all types.
Ooh, let's go.
And our business, Obsidian Key, works with all types of creatives, but for the sake of this live, it's mostly music related. And then Joseph, I would say separate, but you can do that thing where you link the channels so that when someone comes across one of the pages, you can plug the other one, if that makes sense.
Thank you so much, Wubsy. I appreciate you, man.
I think the gaming and music should probably be separate. And then if you ever wanted to do edits where you add your music to the gaming, that could be a good marketing strategy. But I would say keep them separate. It's probably worth it to just establish them separately since they're completely different audiences. Anything but independent.
What's up, Swansea?
Help the entire way. No, well, independent doesn't mean that you don't need help, right? No one's meant to do it on their own.
Right.
But you're not with a label, which is ideal in our world.
And Boets will be on. It's 10 songs ish. Sometimes we'll do a little bit more, but depending on our capacity and making sure our ears are rested and stuff like that. But if you are, we'll be on. It's usually about 5 hours or so for 10 songs.
Credit, right?
Fatum does, yeah. Fatum, let me get you up here. Good to see you, bro.
And Boets, I thought.
Let me double check for you.
We haven't gotten any music from Renee. So sweet, Wubsy. You're the best. We love you so much. Wubsy is a huge part of this community. He's a mod in pretty much every platform we can have him a mod in. I think we do still need to add you as a mod in Twitch, right? We don't really have mods on Twitch because we haven't needed them with the bots, but I'm happy to make you one too.
Wait, hold on, it's not registering my iLock. Give me just a sec. What's up, Snow?
Okay,
good to see you, Snow.
Hear my mic? Can you guys hear my mic? Okay, or is it too quiet?
Yeah, give me a sec. It's not registering the iLock for a second, so just give me a minute, and hopefully DAW restart required. Okay, give me a second, y'all. It's gonna make me restart Pro Tools. Give me just a sec, and the reason why is none of our compressors are kicking on. So give me a minute. It's going to be silent. I know everyone's gonna start talking about it. It's going to be quiet for a minute. It's gonna be silent. So give me a second. I'm gonna restart Pro Tools. We'll still be live, but just give me a minute. It's gonna be quiet for just a moment. Check. Okay, that should be coming through clear.
Better.
That should be coming in clear, nice and
It's always
loud.
so annoying when we need to do that. We're like,
let's go. It's time. It's Track Talk. Oh no, Joseph's like, oh no, they're back.
Thank you so much for the kind comments on Twitch, guys.
I appreciate
so sweet.
y'all so
Caleb,
much.
welcome to the Vibe Tribe, and thank you so much for hopping in and letting us know that you've been watching on the outside and enjoying what you see.
I appreciate that so much.
Stinky Stick, you're very kind. We love you guys so much.
Randomly, like UAD plugins won't register with the iLock or whatever happens, and so none of our compressors were triggering anything, and so now we should be live. We should be up. It should be nice and loud, crispy and clear.
Sounds good, Diablo. We'll get the board updated for sure. Just make sure, guys, we always like to remind you guys to keep the line up just so you can keep track of what it's doing. Since it's modular, it does move around.
Yep. And yep, got you right here, Diablo. Got you. Thank you so much for hopping in. I appreciate you being here. And then Fade 'em all, I got you back on the board as well. So the board, as far as I know, should be polished. Should be where it needs to go.
Which song was playing? Yeah, and then also
Star-Crossed Lovers by Torvik. It's out on all platforms. Nice. It's been out for a couple of years now.
There you go, Wubsy.
Got you, Fade
'em. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the other reason to leave it up is in case we get anything wrong on our end, we want to make sure that we have it updated properly.
Yep. See, Bo, it's got you up with the 25. Appreciate you so much. All right, y'all. We're going to get moving here in a minute. We just got to get to 5,000 likes and 20 shares. We're already almost there. If you would like to submit your music, go to my link tree, click on Track Talk Submission, read through all the details, follow all the steps, and you'll be ready to go. Just make sure that you check the line first. Just like Libby said, we'll always keep up with the minimums, how many songs that we have left, so you know where you need to submit, or if your credit's going to be saved for the next live, etc. We always try to keep that as updated as possible throughout the course of the live. But yeah, if you want to see a little bit more about what we do, of course, you can always read through those details at the link tree. And
I was like, why is the chord on the right? The fuck?
It's so backwards.
The fuck?
It's so crazy. Priscilla, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. We're already almost there, y'all. We just need a few more likes and shares.
What's up, guys? If you are hopping in on TikTok and this is your first time, welcome to the Vibe Tribe. We're so happy to have you.
M147 tube. Close. M147. That's your type. This one is a 102, TLM 102. This is an M147. All right, y'all. We are almost there. M149 is great. I know someone who has it, and they love it. It's a nice mic. All right, y'all. I see 17 shares. Thank you. Is it Eddie?
Eddie Rose?
Or there's an M. Medeiros? Am I saying that correct? I think there's the little cursive underneath it. I'm sure I'm butchering your name, but thank you so much.
Rose.
Appreciate you hopping in. All right, y'all. We are almost there. It's almost time for Track Talk. 700 more likes, and a couple more shares, and we'll get it moving, y'all. I think we're gonna kick it off with Fade 'em today. We got Fade 'em, DT, Boets, Katie, Stanky, and Yablo up on the board, ready to go. Mesa, welcome over to Twitch. Good to see you. Yeah,
Thanks
Twitch
for
is
hopping
fun.
over to Twitch.
Twitch obviously is where you see the line. It's always updated right there. You can always see the line. Of course, you can always see some other aspects of what we do. You can see Pro Tools if we're digging into Pro Tools.
I'm shaking in my boots.
Got them thumbs moving. Let's go.
Dude, I love tapping. Here, I'm gonna help y'all out. Let's see.
We are almost there, y'all. We're pretty much right at 5K. So I'm gonna pull up Fatum. Fatum, let me get you up here.
Tapping is so fun. This is how I do it.
Trigger finger.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
like, can I be as fast as a bot? Let me try.
Let's see. Fatamal. And then Fatamal, did you send an email the last time that you sent in? I think I got you. Oh yeah, got you here.
I know the nails ASMR tapping. Who likes that?
Anybody? Got you, Fatum. No taps. It's true. It's different. It's different. What it's kind of different because like on TikTok, it's like it determines your exposure to an extent, right? The likes and shares and all this stuff. On Twitch, you kind of get to be a bit more present, which is kind of nice.
Right.
You know what I mean? You kind of get to just experience it.
There's like
watch
pros
it,
and cons
be there,
for sure.
So yeah. All right. We got the
Twitch
sacrifice.
is definitely better at the payouts,
Yep.
but I will say I miss the animations of the GIFs on TikTok.
All right, let me get all of these
It's like,
updated.
which one would we rather have? More money, more entertainment?
Right.
It's like a little movie sometimes. It's so fun. But then I'm like, we are here to work.
Right. All right, retrack. I got you on the board, ready to go. All right, so we got Fatum kicking us off today. That is already
Nice,
uploaded,
the sacrifice.
ready
Got
to
it.
go. Yep, got you here. Board should be updated, and I've got the download right here. Let's get it, y'all. Last time before we kick things off, go to my link tree, click on Track Talk Submission, and follow through with all of the steps. Read through all the details, and we'll be ready to go. Thank you so much for the perfume, DT. I appreciate you for the
Thanks,
gifts, man.
DT. So nice. I love having you back here, dude. I hope basketball season went well.
Let's go retrack.
Retrack, that's so sweet.
That's so sweet. I boosted the wrong thing here then. Man,
That's so nice, Retrack. Big shout outs to Retrack. He is donating $10 in credit for Katie and $10 for Stanky. Sorry, but every time I say Stanky, I have to say Stanky.
Stanky. All right, Katie, let me get you pushed up to the 30. And Stanky, I'm going to get you pushed up to the 20. Shout out to Retrack. That is the family.
Oh, DT, I'm sorry.
Got you, Bubba. Yeah, I got you.
I'm glad it's over then, too. I mean, selfishly, we're very glad it's over because it means you get to be here more.
Yep. Man, shout out to the family. That's Retrack right there. Donated 20 just to get Stinky and Katie boosted
Sounds
forward.
good,
That's
Bowitz.
crazy
We look
love.
forward to it.
Crazy love, man. Appreciate you so much. All right,
I'm excited, Wubsy.
Let me shut other Torvik up here. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of comments, but let's get into it, man. It's time for some music. We are going
Everyone,
to
Retrack in the chat. That is
W
amazing. That's
fucking
what this
chat.
community is all about. So generous. We
I love
love
it,
it so much.
amazing, man. That's what it's all. That's why we always say people come in and maybe even get frustrated with how long it takes sometimes to get to their song, or it could take a couple days, a couple weeks, for some people to get heard. And this is why we always encourage people, just stay in the community. I promise you, this community is amazing. They're so generous. They're so just kind and supportive of everyone that comes into this community. So if you just come in and just knock out really quick, you might not plug in as much, but if you stick around, you become a part of this community. I promise you, it gives back so much.
Definitely.
Thank y'all for the follows. No worries, Snakey. That's what we're here for, man. I love this community. It's
here
amazing.
to help each other out.
Yeah, go to my link tree, click on Track Talk Submissions to submit, and see the line right there as well. Just link tree, see the line. It'll send you over to Twitch, or you can also go to YouTube, and it'll be able to showcase the line there all the time. This is Fatamal, the sacrifice. Let's get into it. Fatamal, give me details, give me context. I want to know about the production. I want to know about the mix. I want to know where you're at with the release of this song. Is this already out? Is it in distribution, or are you still working on it? It says final, so I have some context there.
I feel like it's like from Hannah Montana or something. I don't know. Stanky.
I like it. I'll take it. All right, this is.
Is there any other details in the email or no?
I don't think so. I think it's just.
Okay, so
let
while
me read these.
we listen and Torvik does your breakdown, if you want to. Oh, wait, I need feedback on the song and a catchy single cover. Okay.
Got you. DJ Dom, welcome in. Curtis, the creator, and had it mastered with a company called Soundmind Beats. Oh, I know Soundmind. Yeah.
Soundmind is good.
I know. The man, the myth, the legend. You did the mix, and it was mastered by Sound Mind Beats. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's get into it.
Perfect. So do you just want ideas for the cover art, or do you want to go over any of your platforms as well? We can bring up your Spotify. We at least like to do that.
Yeah, Rob's cool. That's cool. I've gotten to connect with him a decent amount over the last couple of years, so that's cool. You're in good hands with a mix from him, or a master from him too, just even like an analog master. All right, this is The Sacrifice by Fade 'Em All. Let's get into it.
Yeah, Ephesians 6:13. Yeah, awesome. Put on the full body of armor, man. We like the day, we like the night. We got to pray, we got to fight. He paid the price for my life to get right. Now it's time to shine.
What's up, Dom?
So bright. We like the day, we like the night. We got to pray, we got to fight. He paid the price for my life to get right. Now it's time to shine my light so bright. I'm grateful to all y'all that
sounds
was
good.
giving me doubt.
Perfect.
Y'all help a brother figure this thing out. I'm about promoting the Lord and living life right. Raise your kids and be good to your wife. Praise his name and I don't care what they do to me. Had some those clothes praising the Lord like I'm supposed. Walking the walk, spreading the word. Not believers spitting on his name, flipping the bird. We come in peace. I be nice with the mic. Spread the message that he sacrificed.
Yeah, we're still
his
open.
life.
We just
For this
that's our
ain't
first
for
song,
you,
Dom.
Then that's alright. You can do what you want. This just ain't your type. We come in love, not to complain or gripe. We bring insight to help you change your life. Run this race, better yet, a marathon. Learn that from Nip, man. I don't know what they be on. We like the day, we like the night. We got to pray, we got to fight. He paid the price
What's up,
for my
Isaac?
life to
Good to see you,
get
man.
right. Now it's time to shine my light so bright. I say, we like the day, we like the night. We got to pray, we got to fight. He paid the price for my life to get right. Now it's time to shine my light so
This is Fade 'Em All on TikTok.
we proclaim the shame, but dude got framed just giving them game. The cross and pain.
Thank you, Yablo. I got you. Let me double check.
The piercing of his flesh when
Yeah,
he
thank
was
you for being
slain.
here, Yablo. Welcome to
Did
the Vibe Tribe.
great change for the soul to
Gotcha.
remain in God's hands if I decided to change. Took the sting of death when he went through them flames. Snatched the keys from hell so I wouldn't experience it, man. The ultimate act of love from up above. Every time that I spit, I want him to show up and show out. He gets all of his glory. Living by his word.
I can see that, DT. I can see that.
Be on a mission, it be so much division. Decisions from those in certain positions. I pray every day for my sins to be forgiven.
What's up,
See the
Kumi? Good to
prophecy
see
come
you.
into
Hey, welcome
fruition.
in.
We're just getting started, so we
This is
only
our
have
first song.
We like the night.
6 on right
we
now.
have 6 songs in the queue. Yeah, there's still a few spots if you want to go today.
The price for my life to get right. Now it's time to shine my light so bright. I say, we like the day, we like the night. We got to pray.
I'm ready.
We got to
Yeah, we
What's
got
up?
you. Whatever you want. I'm excited to hear your music again.
Now it's time to shine my light so bright.
Let's go, Fade 'Em. I like it, man. I like the energy. Y'all show
Yeah,
some
super
love.
cool.
That is Fade 'Em All, The Sacrifice. Really quick, I pulled up, the only one that popped up for me was like 1,100 monthly listeners. You have songs, I'm Not Kidding, Houston, My Last Good. Is that you or is that someone else?
Yeah, that looks like the way it's spelled. You would think.
Mm-hmm. Just so I make sure that I have the right one up there, and then we'll dig into the song, man. I'm excited, man. I like the energy. I like the aesthetic. Let's run it back from the top, man. If you like what you hear, this song is probably going to come out in the next month or couple months. But I believe they have some stuff on platforms as well. So I'm excited to dig into what you got. This is The Sacrifice by Fade 'Em All. Let's dive in, man. I'm excited. And you said you mixed this yourself, right? But you got it mastered by Sound Mind Beats, right? Let's run it, man. I'm excited. I have one stylistic thing that I'm hearing that I'm it's just the way that I'm perceiving it. Of course, I always want to mention, like, when I'm talking about stylistic stuff, this is not something that you have to pay attention or that you have to adjust in your mix or something like that. It's something that I think, to me, could be positioned differently or could be locked in with a little bit more control, maybe a little bit more intention. But there's a lot of stylistic choice that different people makes. I'm not right. No one else is wrong or anything like that. It just comes down to what you want to get out of the song. But there's one thing that I think is throwing me off just a bit. Let's get into it.
Ephesians 6:13. Yeah, awesome.
I feel like the only thing for me is some of those like echoes could be like a little bit quieter maybe. They're very prominent,
Sure.
almost competing with the main vocal, but that's the only thing I initially noticed.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a really cool vibe.
Definitely.
Like the day,
Super talented.
like the night. We got to pray, we got to fight. He paid the price for my life to get right. Now,
Okay. Honestly, it's only on the hook. It's only on the hook. Your verses are established really well. Mix on the production is beautiful. Mix on the production is like sharp, transient. It's punchy. Has a lot of presence to the 808. Wubsy Torvik is always right. It's not true. It's not true, Wubsy. But the production mix is clean, man. If you, I don't know if you worked off stems or a 2-track, but it's really sharp. It's really punchy. I like it a lot. And your vocal like technique, your vocal energy, I like a lot. I think it's fantastic.
What's up, John? Good to see you.
The one thing that, and just in my opinion, is throwing me off just a little bit is the panning on your vocal on the hook versus your center, and you have your ad libs and your doubles out wide. On your hook only, your whole entire like hook structure beyond your ad lib, which is on the right, is panned to the left. So it kind of sounds like your whole main hook on the vocal side is like 25-30% to the left. And so you do, at least in my opinion, you kind of miss that like punchy, mono-centered lead vocal supported by stacks that are on the outside, right? Like having the accent vocal or the stacks on the outside to actually give you the power and the energy that you're looking for. Still ad-libbing wide, so on and so on. But your lead vocal is panned. I think like yeah. The lead vocal, it's like 25-30% to the left. And that is kind of a stylistic choice. I've seen people do it. There are, especially like Indian folk artists and even some other rappers and stuff like that will do it in different directions and stuff like that to be more unique. But I think it has to be supported by a double on the other side to give that open outside stereo feel, as opposed to it just being panned, biased one side to the other. Got you. Same place you paid. Kumi, go to my Linktree track talk submission.
They may have had it from last time though, so Linktree and then track talk submission form.
So then this is just my intuition. You know the mix better than I do. Obviously, you have the session. My intuition then is you might be running into some phase issues. So if you did try to do a left pan and a right pan, and there might be some small timing variations or even some phase collapsing, like some mono collapsing that's happening, you might, for whatever reason, because of a myriad of issues, be having some issues with your stereo field because of phase issues. Just be careful of coloring each track individually. Be careful of duplications of your vocal signal. I would prefer every time, 10 times out of 10, that you double track and triple track and accent track your vocals as opposed to any duplication. That's my intuition then. If you are double tracking on either side, or you're duplicating and trying to push some things wide, and then it's like collapsing, or you're finding some reason why it's pushing to one side, it's probably because of some phase issues. So I would, before releasing this, if you want it to be a center, powerful, compressed, punchy lead vocal supported by accents and stacks, I would revisit your mix. This will mean that you potentially need a new master on it. You can check revisions with sound
Obsidian.
and stuff like that.
Good to see you.
What's up, Obsidian? Welcome in.
I think you have some credit, right? Would you like to hop on the board?
Yeah.
Just make sure you check the board.
I'll double check in a second too.
Yeah, of
absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll double check everything in a second. So I personally would, just because to me it is going to be a thing that is less about it being like an objectively wrong stylistic decision, because that's not the case. It's just, what are people going to feel when they listen to it, right? So like when they get in the car, right? Doesn't matter. It could be a Bowers Milken system. It could be a stock Honda system, right? They get in the car and the vocals are all panned to the left signal until it gets to the verse or like the left speaker. It's just coming out of just the door and the pillar right there. And then you get to the hook and it comes back down the middle. Those are the little details that are less about the choice that you made to be creative and more about how is it going to feel when people listen to the song in all of the different environments that they will. I personally would get that lead vocal down the middle, punchy, support it by your stacks. So have your accent vocal, your double vocal, right? Have that at 30%, 40%, 50%, even 100 if you feel like going crazy with it. Get it nice and wide and punchy. And then your ad-libs, you can float, right? Filter them, delay them, put some chorus on them. You can have them auto-panning left and right and stuff like that. But I would I will get, yeah. If someone puts in the right ear, if someone puts in just the right ear pod, it's an instrumental track all of a sudden, right? So you make sure that all of that is cohesive. Double check that you're not getting any phase cancellation in the structure
Sounds
of your
good,
panning.
Diablo. We'll get it updated for sure.
And yeah, double check phase cancellation issues if you're doing any duplicating, and then just readjust your panning, get a revision on your master. Everything else sounds really clean to me. You have a good, clean, high energy vocal performance. The production is punchy and sharp. I like it a lot.
I love that though, Wubsy, for sure.
But I think that's kind of the number one thing that I heard. Everything else is sounding pretty much only have the one lead on the chorus in the middle. So yeah, you're definitely getting some phase issues in, because it's I would say it's at least like 25% to the left in the mix.
And then I think I found your Instagram. Is it We Fade All? Let me know.
All right, let me hear the last like minute of the song here. But that to me is the biggest thing. And then I'll update the line here in just a second. I know we got some submissions coming in, so give me just a minute to close out the song. We'll hand it over to Libby, and then I'll update the line as we go. But honestly, I really like your energy. I like your performance. It's a confident, expressive, emotive performance. That to me is the foundation of it. You have some pretty good lyric structure in here as well. You're doing a lot. Fatum14 on Instagram.
Okay.
You're doing a lot of things right. I just want like the foundational mix elements to be balanced. And then of course, at the end of the day, get a nice, clean, polished master from sound. Hopefully you can get a revision on it. Should be pretty easy if all the settings on the session are the same. You're just repositioning your vocal, rebalancing it in the mix. Honestly, I think you'll be good to go. You're talented, Fatum. I like it.
Spirits, man, the ultimate act of love from up above. Every time that I spit, I want him to show up and show out. He gets all of his glory.
So verses are back center. Verses are back center. It's just the hook. It's just the hook.
Fruition. We like the J, we like the night, we got to break.
Because it sounds like dun 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 bum 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 bum.
Right.
But you're not getting that punch right down the middle. That to me is just gonna make you feel the emoting
It
of the song.
sounds very
yeah.
separate.
Yeah.
We got to
That's about it, man. It's clean.
pay the price for my life to get right. Now it's time to shine my light so bright. Say we like the J.
Like the 808 movement. Cool production.
We got to pray, we got to fight. He paid the price for my life to get right.
I do like that little.
Shine my light so bright.
There's a little at the top, the little kind of bell tone right there at the top. I love that little. To me, it's like the
Here's
nuanced
the-
details that Fatum. Okay, with the yeah, I love those little sound design, little ear candies right there. Is it Killian Mueller? Thank you so much for hopping in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the disco love. I appreciate it. Y'all give it up one time for Fatum all. Dude, I'm excited for you. You're a powerhouse vocal. I like the energy. I like even just the passion and the aggression that you have in your vocal performance. Practical stuff on the panning and the mix structure. I think you're gonna be good to go, man. I don't have any other concerns beyond that, man. But y'all show some love to Fatum all. Your candies mentioned.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah,
Fatum.
let's go.
Yeah, so are we.
And then let me find this on Spotify too. Why does it always do that?
Okay, so let's start with your Spotify. I'll go over some quick tips for that. I will be releasing my checklist soon,
There we
guys.
go. Got you.
That has, and it's going to be free, of course, but it will have the quick checklist that you guys can go over for Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah, I'm updating the line with everyone right now because we got a bunch of people
Just
coming
make
in.
sure to keep track of the line and make sure it's accurate and stuff like that.
Banner, welcome in.
But yeah, so quick tips on the Spotify is, let's see, is it verified? Okay, so it doesn't even look like
It's
does it
claimed.
look verified?
No,
Yeah,
it's
it
not
hasn't been claimed yet. So if you go through your distribution, just make sure you claim all of your platforms. So you want to definitely claim Spotify and YouTube. And then once you are able to get into that Spotify for artists, you could either get the app or you can get on a desktop. You can basically update everything. And the quick tips on that would be to get a banner, to get a profile photo, and just make sure that the banner is optimized for all screen sizes. So you'll want it to be a decent size, so that when it's like people are viewing it on their desktop, it isn't cut off, and vice versa on mobile. And then you'll want to get a long-ish description, which is about like minimum 300 to 350 characters, but Spotify allows you to have like up to 1,500 characters. And I always say that's for a reason, right? They want you to put keywords in there for SEO and their algorithms to be able to figure out where to push you.
Real quick, Kumi, I only have 5 from you, so just make sure that you double check and read through everything at the link tree so you can have all the details that you need. Just follow all those steps, read through all those details, and but I do have 5 from you over on from the website. But yeah, just make sure. Okay, I'm not seeing it yet. I'll double check.
We don't really do DMs, but you can just keep checking in periodically and you can see where you're at in the line, which is why we put the line up like that.
See it, and
But
I got
Kumi,
you.
very excited to hear you again. I remember really loving your first track. Okay, so then Fatum, let's go over to YouTube. YouTube will be the same.
Got
So
you,
right
Obsidian.
now it looks like you only have a topic page, which is the one that distribution automatically gives you. So once you claim it, you can go ahead and combine your topic YouTube that the distribution automatically gives you and your personal YouTube. And it will basically just put all of your automatic releases that are done through the distribution on a separate tab. So it's all very cohesive, but you are able to have your personal YouTube to market and do all of that fun stuff with. So right now, it looks like you pretty much are starting fresh as far as branding and marketing and like just getting established on the visual side of things goes. And my biggest tip for you would be to get a Pinterest. Yes, I'm mentioning Pinterest in our first consultation for today, guys. It might be a Pinterest day. You don't know. If people come in here and they need Pinterest, well, then it's going to be a Pinterest day.
And then Kumi, did you send it on CA? Did you send it on the app?
Let me know if you're still here with me, Fatum. I know it's getting confusing with Torvik trying to update the line as well, but Sidian, I think we got you right. Or
Yeah,
we'll
I got
double check.
Sidian. I got Sidian
Okay,
and
yeah,
Banner
you're up
too.
there. Pinterest mentioned. Okay, perfect. I have Pinterest and love
Beautiful,
it. Yay!
beautiful.
I love to hear that. Okay, a lot of artists and producers and creators in the music space don't know to utilize Pinterest, but it's very, very helpful tool. So I'm glad you're already familiar with it. I highly recommend starting one specifically for your music brand. So like Fademal, have one titled Fademal Music, and then just pin everything that inspires you and feels right according to what you plan for your music on the visual side of things, what you want it to look like. Think about how you want your audience to perceive you, things like that, and how it will mesh with your sound and stuff like that. But it is a really, really good tool. And from there, that's how we have all of our clients do it. And then I develop all of their branding based off of that. But whoever you work with in branding, whether it's us or someone else, or you end up tackling it on your own, it's very, very helpful. Okay, awesome. I'm very excited. Did you get the idea from this
Cool.
live
Got you,
stream
got
or did you already have one? Let us know. Either way, I'm very happy and I'm super proud of you for doing that. Do you still do credit for subbing? Just wondering. We haven't really
No.
kept up with TikTok subs since everything's been very up and down with them.
Yeah, and it's so much smaller because it's not even the minimum now. Like when the minimum was like 2 and stuff, it made more sense. But since it's not even like the minimum now on subs, because we only get $2 out of the sub, it made sense then. So it doesn't make as much sense now. But
So I do recommend starting with Pinterest to begin to develop that brand or at least do a bit of self-discovery and figure out what you would want that aesthetic to look like. I already had one going, need a consultation for all of that. Amazing, Fatum. That's
love
so
that.
cool that you're already on
I
there.
love that
I'm
so
very
much.
proud of you for doing that. It's so helpful. And yeah, it's gonna help get you that professional look, you know. So yeah, that's the rough process that I recommend. If you do want a longer form consultation off the live at some point, we would absolutely love to hop on with you. And then honestly, if you don't have anything to go over with music, it can just be me. We also have another branding and marketing specialist that can hop on with us. But yeah, basically it would be starting with a brand, and then from there you would get all of your platforms in order and make sure they're cohesive in the aesthetic, and then all you have to do is focus on marketing and releasing good quality music, right? So you're well on your way, honestly.
100%. 100%. Man, y'all show some love to Fada Mom. Show some love. Show some love. Yeah, dude, you're absolutely on the way. Absolutely on the way, man. I'm excited for you. And then, and Marcelo, I saw your comments too. You just missed me talking about the music for 15 minutes before we switched over to the branding and marketing side. So stick around for a minute, man. You'll see what we're all about. You'll see the value and
Where
stuff
is it?
that we're.
Who's already talking shit? I'm just
Marcelo
kidding.
was, saying some dude talks about the music for $5, and was hyped about that. All right, thank you, Glow Queen. I appreciate that. Really quick, Kumi, I'm only seeing the 5
Glow Queen, thank you
from
for
the
being here.
website.
You're cool.
If you sent the rest of it somewhere else, let me know. But I only see, I've checked a couple times on here. I'm only seeing the 5 from the website, but I'm not seeing the other 15 unless it's the 15 that I got on.
Okay, sounds good,
different
Fatum. I
platform.
got you. You have a logo, but you need some direction. How do you feel about the logo? I mean, does it feel like something
What's up,
that
man?
you're proud of? What's up, Nin? Good to
Got
see
you
you.
then. Yeah, that's what I was asking earlier. I got you. Okay, got you, Kumi.
If it feels good to you, then honestly I'd recommend putting it in the Pinterest board. Since you can upload too. I know
Gotcha,
a lot of
Kumi.
people don't know you can do that on Pinterest, but you can upload.
All right, Kumi, I got you updated too. Becca, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate you so much, and thank you all so much
It's
for the
so
follows.
rough when you literally have no idea what to do
Yeah, I mean that's
except the music you do.
it's why so many people like outsource, right? It's why producers and beat makers and engineers and marketers and agents and stuff exist, is because not every like electric guitarist wants to figure out how to produce the rest of it. Not every vocalist wants to know how to build a beat. Not every beat maker and producer wants to know how to engineer. Sometimes they just want to dig into the structure of what they're doing and do what makes them feel the most fulfilled creatively. And that's why so many of these other ways that you can outsource the rest of the creativity and the rest of the structure exist, right? So I completely understand that. Completely understand
Yeah,
that.
so logo can definitely be helpful for things like merchandise and stuff, but actually for artists and people doing it independently, like, on their own, meaning not on the producer side and not really a band, we do tend to recommend that you put your profile photo on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, all that thing is a photo of yourself, ideally. But you could still utilize your logo and stuff like that. But in the music space, it's a little less important unless you're like a band or a producer.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, 100%, Kumi. 100%. But man, y'all show some up to Fade 'em all. I'm excited for your future, man. You have a ton of potential. You're talented at what you do. You're talented in the vein and the genre that you're pursuing. So I'm excited for you to get some of like the peripheral, annoying, like boring stuff polished, right? Because they might be annoying, nuanced things, but they oftentimes can be what causes people to stick, right? What causes people to like find you on a random post and want to stick around for a second. So I'm really excited for you to start to dive into this other stuff, man, because you got a ton of potential. All right, let's keep it going. Board should be updated. Currently with everything that I have in there. So make sure that y'all are checking the line. Hop on over to Twitch. Make sure that you're followed over there. If you want to remove ads, of course, you can always sub. You get a free one with Amazon Prime that allows you to remove the ads. So you don't have to worry about that every time that you check back in. Or of course, you can always keep it up on a tab just to keep track of the line, the order, the minimums, and stuff like that. If you want to submit, go to my link tree, click on Track Talk Submission, read through, and follow all of the steps. Let's get into it. You got Banner Johnson in the building. Just let me know that you're here. Just update me in the chat.
I just saw Banner. So.
Okay, perfect.
Welcome back, Banner. Good to see you.
Itching for the song, so I'm ready to get into it. This is Cold. It's
Uh-oh.
time. It's me. It's time. Let's get into it. This is Banner Johnson. This song. Let's go, Bubsy. Thank you so much for all that, man.
Thanks
and
for the
thank
follow
you
on
for
Twitch.
the follow. I appreciate that. And this is Cold. This is DJ Pax. I appreciate the follow so much. Thanks for hopping in. Raw demo. So this is going to be unmixed. This is going to be fresh off the press. So we are going to look at it from that perspective. Let's get into it. This is Cold by Banner Johnson. Let's dive in. We're about to hear some good country. Got you retrack. Is this for you, retrack? Let me know. I got 20 on there already. Needs layering. Beautiful.
It hurt for a minute when she ripped that bandage, took it off with a bit of heart and skin. Watched her up and vanish. Damn her and her damn habits. It's the last
Got you, retrack. Appreciate you, man.
last time again. where she goes, let's go.
Wow,
I
this is
am
nice.
holding on to high hope that
What a
it
classic
is a
sound.
one-way ride right low to hell. I know it may sound evil, but I know there's other people out there like me who don't wish her well. How's the weather down there? Are you burning? Are your lion lips blistering? Have you met with the devil yet? I bet by now you're friends.
Thank y'all for the follows. Appreciate
I
it.
hope you're on fire with your sinners, probably thinking you're comfortable. Well, it may be hot from hellfire, baby, but your heart is cold. Baby, you're still cold.
Great production structure.
Bartender, pour one more. I've got a reason to toast. Here's to us. I will see you never more. Watch our memories melt down now. And oh, by the way, I hope you found where you lost that thrift store cross. Them dirty, dirty
Thanks for the bros.
souls. You're gonna make your bed with
Got you,
death,
City.
but there ain't no time to rest when you are choking on wicked rolling
Appreciate you.
smoke. How's the weather down there? Are you burning? Are your lion lips blistering?
Got you, DT.
Have you met with the devil yet? I bet by now you're friends. I hope
Let's go,
you're on
Banner.
fire with your sinners, probably thinking you're comfortable. Well, it
We still
may
have
be
that.
hot from hellfire, baby, but your heart is ice cold. Baby,
I'm
you're
trying to go
still
two-step
Got you.
now.
Got you updated, City.
I'm trying to two-step to this.
I know. I love this production structure. Y'all can check the line at any time by going to the link tree and clicking on Track Talk Submission. Or I'm sorry, click on See the Line.
What's up, Wee Funk? Good to see you. Doing pretty well. How are you? Oops,
Good to
sorry,
see you,
guys.
bro.
I always run into this mic, dude. Boot, scoot, and boog.
How's the
Got you,
weather down there? Are you burning? Are your lion lips blistering? Have you met with the devil yet? I bet by now you're friends. I hope you're on fire with your sinners, probably thinking you're comfortable. Well, it may be hot from hellfire, baby, but your heart is cold. Baby, you're still cold.
Smooth. So good to have you here, Funk. Appreciate you.
Yes, we feel the same.
Baby, you're still cold.
Yes, Wubsy, 100%. 100%. Man, y'all show
Wow,
some love
that
to
was great.
Banner Johnson. All right, so let's dig into it. Let's get straight back into the music. We're going to start the song from the top and dive into it.
Yeah,
Um,
and then Banner, remind me if we've already gone over anything for your branding and marketing. I have your Spotify pulled up, and then I also have your Instagram. Let me know if
Perfect.
there's anything else you want me to go over specifically.
So I'm going to keep in mind from a structural standpoint, I'm going to keep in mind that this is a demo. This is fresh off the press. This is very early. And
Amazing
it's,
for a demo.
yeah, it's very early, which is, let's be honest, this is a testament to good musicianship and good quality tracking. The goal, and I think everyone needs to hear this every once in a while, the goal of like having a mix and mastering engineer is not to fix all of your problems. They do that. They will fix a lot of your problems. Yeah, it's amazing as a demo. It really is. But the goal is that they bring life to the record, right? Like what I don't want to have to do on a record, not out of laziness, but out of wanting to polish your record in such a way that it actually has some movement to it, is like take out the dog barking in the background and take out the fact that you like forgot to turn off a box fan in the room so there's a bunch of noise in the mic, like things like that, right? Or the fact that you got too close and started yelling into the mic and it all clips. Fixing that, of course, is a necessity in the job sometimes, but the more that you can invest time and energy and resource into your tracking process, and I don't mean buying $5,000 mics. If you do, fantastic, but even just like the technique, right? Like vocal technique, proximity control, right? The way that you're inputting, gain staging control, things like that, the better off your mix is going to be. This is a great example of it. This is a raw demo, raw vocal demo, and it sounds better than most of our finished songs, right? So I love Yeah, no reason to buy a $5,000 mic. I used the 80. Yeah, you got to do it. And stylistically, there's going to be different reasons to have different things, right? Now, if you are in a genre with heavily affected vocals, you can get away with a bit more or a bit less as far as like quality of microphone goes, right?
Lovely.
You can get away
Lovely
with
said
a.
Torvik fixed my car, my leaky sink, and my fence in the backyard. And
I do
fix
what I
all
can.
my
man.
problems.
I do what I can, man. I do what I can. If you are in a style of music that has a very like raw, organic, like balanced
Can you
vocal
leave us a
structure,
review that says that? I'm just kidding. That'd be so funny. People are like, I thought they were a creative business.
That's
Why
so
are they like
crazy.
talking about
we also
fences
do
and sinks?"
plumbing. We also do. We would do what we can, man. Taught DT karate.
We
You know what I
out here
mean? Like
just
it's great.
doing Tommy karate.
We do what we can.
Why
we
did
do a
you
little
say
bit.
it like that,
We
bro?
do a little bit of everything, right? So, anyways, this
No,
is
Wubsy, don't. It's too confusing.
this
But
is
we
a
do need Google reviews. If anyone of y'all have worked with us, that's a side note. If you want to leave us a review on Google, we would mad appreciate it.
it's a good example of good tracking, right? Yep, honestly, there is one thing on Fix My Marriage is Wild. Y'all need to hop on over to Twitch or if you want to see what's going on over there. But there is one thing that I'm hearing in the vocal performance side that I don't think it's a right or wrong thing. It's something I would keep in mind with the way that you sing and the way that it presents itself in the mix. Because I think it could have some impact on how people relate to the melodies, how quickly they can learn them, and palette them and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Let's run it from the top. But Banner, you're talented. You're a great storyteller. You're a great vocalist. These productions are clean and polished. Great tracking on the instrumental side.
And I'm
There's
glad
one
to
little
hear
detail.
that we've given you a boost in confidence. I'm surprised that you even needed it, honestly.
Yep,
You're very, very talented. That is never within question.
100%. All right, let's run it. From the top. There we go. I can't wait. You said you're adding layers. That to me, chef's kiss. It needs it. I like that. I'm excited you're already
It
doing that.
hurt for a minute when she ripped that bandage, took it off with a bit of heart and skin. Watched her up and vanish. Damn her and her damn habits. It's the last one, last time again.
Your Spotify looks great.
Where she go, let's go. I am holding on to high hope that it is a one-way ride right low to hell. I know it may sound evil, but I know there's other people out there like me who don't wish her well.
Let's get to the second
How's
verse
the
here.
weather down there? Are you burning? Are your lion lips blistering? Have you met with the devil yet? I bet by now you're friends. I hope you're on fire with your sinners, probably thinking you're comfortable. Well, it may be hot from hellfire, baby, but your heart is cold. Baby, you're still cold.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to bring in those vocal layers. It's going to add so much life to it. I think it's the second hook where I'm hearing it. So obviously.
Bartender, pour one more. I've got a reason.
Okay, here's kind of where I start to hear a little bit more in here. Again, great songwriting, great vocal structure, production sounds impeccable. I love it. It's not even mixed, and it just already has a really, really great just sonic structure to it. I'm excited. So there's one thing I want you to keep in mind, and this is something that every artist in every genre has to pay
Literally,
attention
DT, I do the same.
to. He's like, wait, hold on, this is all glitching on you. Every genre and every style of music, every artist and every style of music has to focus on stuff like this. And it's the consistency of the execution of your vocal and the legibility of some of the stylistic choices that you're making, right? One example would be like an R&B artist who can do crazy runs with their vocal, right? If you can do crazy runs with your vocal, it's an amazing skill to have. It's a great texture to have in a song. But if the whole song is that, you lose melodic structure, right? I don't know what notes I'm supposed to sing with you because I can't do the vocal runs, right? And so you lose some of the structure. It's great to have in like the climax climax of the song or the ending of a verse or just a little bit of a trill in the vocal structure to give it some texture, right, in the structure of your vocal performance. But if the whole thing is that, or if it's constantly there, you lose the ability to like palette a vocal structure and its consistency, right? So here's something that I'm listening for in your song structure. You have something that's great in country music, and it's this pre-scoop in your vocal leading up to your vocal lines. It's that pre-scoop going into your vocal notes, classic in country music. You do it incredibly, incredibly well. What happens though every once in a while is because you're pre-scooping the vocal, but behind a lot of your notes, every once in a while in a verse, I kind of lose what the melody is because I'm hearing so many different notes and so many different transitions leading into what your actual melody is. And then sometimes because you're scooping the vocal before those lines, sometimes the note that you actually target and hit is slightly inconsistent. And so this is a question that I'm saying a lot about a very small detail on the song. And this is a question that I always ask myself, or I ask artists when I'm working with them, is what do you want people singing with you? So when you imagine a crowd of 500 people, 5,000 people singing this song back to you, what notes are they hitting? What kind of intention are you putting behind your vocal structure, your melodies, the way that you perform, the inflections of the way that you perform, the dictation of your vocal? And how easy is it for people to grab onto it and do it themselves, right? Think of like even the song, like, Baby Lock the Doors and Turn the Lights Down Low, a song like that, there's moments of that, right? You get that low note that everyone wants to try to do, but the vast majority of the song is in this more like comfortable vocal pocket, right? They had the little trick. They had that low scoop on the vocal, the really low vocal note, but then allowed the rest of the vocal structure to be really consistent. One thing I would encourage you to do on a song like this, I'm going to back up this, like, I think it's like the third hook right here, or third verse right here. You can hear a lot of that that movement of the vocal right there that in my opinion makes it a little bit difficult to find the melody. That's one thing I would pay attention to. So let's hear it again real quick.
That sounds so fun, Wubsy. The Bohemian Rhapsody thing.
Bartender, pour one more. I've got
so yeah, that bartender, pour more. It's running through a couple different movements of notes before it ends on the more, right? And then you have a couple other lines here.
And the toast, here's to us. I will see you.
So what I would encourage,
never more.
There's another line here coming up, I think.
Watch our memories melt down now. And oh, by the way, I hope you found.
So even kind of right in here, you kind of, the note, because of the scooping and the movement, jumps around just a little bit. So what I would encourage you to do on like the vocal side, right, and your performance is use those as tools, just like a falsetto and a vibrato and a whistle and a vocal fry.
That's an early day. Good.
All of those different tools that you have to your vocal, right? You with that low scoop in your vocal, which is an amazing, amazing texture to have. Nothing about what you're doing is wrong things. You're so talented. I love what you're doing. Is choose your moments, right? It's the same thing as like having a bunch of vocal runs as an R&B artist, right? Choose your moments wisely. So you might want to.
The verses are kind of reminding me of Jolene. The verses are kind of reminding me of Jolene a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that.
Her beauty is beyond compare. Whatever the lyrics are.
That like tempo and progression, I think,
I
is
like
similar.
it. It's so cool.
It's
definitely what I'm hinting at. Got that classic sound, which I love.
100%. Is maybe choose the moments that you do that scoop a little bit more strategically, and then maybe hold some of those other notes with a little bit more intention. I think the more intentional you are with this performance, the more it'll grab people, because they'll know what melody to sing with you. Thank you for the disco love. I appreciate it, Joseph.
Thank you so much, Joseph.
They'll be able to actually relate to your vocal structure in a way that, again, they know what notes to hit with you. They know what notes to sing back to you, so on and so on. So those are like a couple small things, because you're an incredible songwriter, dude. I love your vocal structure. The production on this is beautiful, man. This feels polished. It feels professional. I think you're doing so many things really, really beautifully done. I think I'm just the biggest fan of fixing everything on as many things as you possibly can on the tracking side, right? On the vocal performance side, the way that you dictate the flow of your vocal, like making sure that your takes feel polished, they feel clean, if that's what you're going for, right? That's what I would focus on. I love your storytelling. I love your songwriting, man. You're incredibly, incredibly talented. I absolutely love what you're doing, man.
They thrift store cross them dirty, dirty souls. Make your bed with death.
Very true, Wubsy. Very true.
Time rest when you are choking on wicked rolling smoke. How's the weather down there? Are you
Such a classic voice,
burning?
man.
Are your lion lips blistering? Have you met with the devil yet? I bet by now you're friends. I hope you're on fire with your sinners. Probably
Hope feels way
thinking
more
you're
cohesive.
comfortable. Well, it may be hot from hellfire, baby, but your heart is ice cold. Baby, you're still cold.
Beautiful production, man. This is really nice.
Baby, you're cold.
So good.
Those acoustic slides are just, they feel so good. This feels so authentic, man. It's really, really well established. I'm proud of the work that you put in, man. Really nicely done.
How's the weather down there? Are you burning? Are you lying lips blistering?
Of course, man. Of course.
Have you met with the devil yet?
Especially the fact that this is a demo. The fact that this
I
is
know.
like
I keep
raw
forgetting
vocal,
that.
right?
I genuinely keep
It's like
forgetting
approaching it from that standpoint is like the foundation of this is really, really beautifully done, man. Really, really beautifully done.
that. Would you
Not
mind-
at all, bro. All genres.
Would you mind pulling up the Spotify when you get a chance, just
Yeah.
so I can compare it?
Absolutely.
And I bet by now you're friends. I hope you're on fire with your sinners. Probably thinking you're comfortable. Well, it may be hot from hellfire, baby, but your heart is cold. Baby, you're still cold.
Love that slide.
Baby, you're still cold.
I like the way it ends too. Just
Me too.
perfect. Classic country. You don't drag it on. It's
Yeah.
nice.
So nice, man. Y'all show some love, man.
Structure is great.
Give it up for Banner Johnson. I'm being picky about some of these things too, man. I think you're incredibly talented. I absolutely love just the way that you perform. It feels so authentic, feels so true. Your storytelling and songwriting is awesome. The productions, the instrument, the musicians that you're working with too on the production side are incredibly talented. It feels so good, even on the demo side, to just hear like really polished musicianship makes me so happy, man. You're wildly talented. Love what you do. So some of that was pulled by Banner Johnson. This is unreleased, still very, very early on.
Definitely, Banner. And like I said, your Spotify is awesome. You're killing it. Your description is exactly what we recommend. You even have your artists that you pull inspiration from highlighted, so that's awesome and perfect. And then let's see, I had your website pulled up. I was really happy to see that you have a website as well. Honestly, the only thing I noticed right off the bat with your website is that the menu is a little bit hard to see since the words are gray and then they're overlapping your banner that says banner. Eyeshadow, haven't checked. I'm assuming haven't checked the site in like 8 months. Okay, no worries at all. I can give you some quick tips about it. Your Instagram is your Facebook is a broken link, which is definitely important. Obviously, you don't want any broken links. And then, I mean, the fact that you have a website is very cool. So I'm glad to see that you have it, and it's definitely better than nothing. You know, having nothing is the absolute worst. That's when I would say, "Eesh," which a lot of people come in here without anything. What's up, Ryan?
What's up,
Good to
Ryan?
see you.
Is it a new?
Yeah, not sure
profile
what happened with Facebook. So yeah, that's what I would just make sure that everything is clear, legible. And then if you're able to, which I know website design is kind of a lot. We do have a website person if you ever do want to hire Obsidian Key to help with your website. I don't know who you house it through, like who the platform that you have your website hosting with, but
Yo, Josh Weissman, for real? What's up, bro? We were literally just watching you
I
last
love
night.
Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Sick. And he's also from Texas, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, which is awesome. I don't have anything because I'm only a few months into songwriting.
What's up, Norman? Good
Yeah,
to
no
see you,
worries
bro.
at all, Obsidian. We can go over some stuff for sure. Okay, Wix. Yeah, Wix.
Cool.
We could definitely work with that. So if you didn't want to tackle it yourself, I completely understand. But it's something that I would definitely prioritize as soon as you have the time. And just work on getting it more professional looking. Ideally the homepage would be something that's laid out with, the classic hero section, and then all the things that you want to prioritize plugging for sure. But overall, like I said, it's really cool that you do have a website. Another thing that I did want to talk about and why it's important that the Facebook link is active is because it seems like you're doing live shows. Are you prioritizing live entertainment right now?
I love that, City.
Yeah, that's a good plan, City, and that's what we always recommend. So I'm happy to hear when people are taking the time to get established before they ever launch.
Yeah, Norman's a beast. And real quick, retrack, you had 20 in credit, so I added that 20 to the 20 that you have. So I have you up
Not
here for
yet,
it.
but soon. Took a year off. Okay. So whenever you may have already been doing this, but since I couldn't pull up your Facebook, and Facebook is just annoying. They always want me to log in, and I'm not very active on Facebook. I don't even really have a Facebook. If I absolutely have to use it, I use Torvik, so or the Obsidian key one. But so yeah, they're kind of annoying in that way. But what I will say is that I would definitely prioritize making and creating events through their event feature on there whenever you are going to do a live show like that, because it is very, very helpful to get the word out, and it just kind of the referral basis of it works really well for bands and any musician doing live shows for sure. So I would definitely prioritize it again when you are going to do that, especially. But yeah, that's just a few little things for your next steps in your homework is getting your website in order, and then prioritizing Facebook a bit more. Of course, we could always go into depth more with like stuff you could be doing on YouTube and your marketing and stuff like that. But I think that's a good place to start so we don't overwhelm you. And Banner, we're just happy to have you as a part of the
100%.
Vibe Tribe. You're killing it.
Absolutely, man. Chelsea
Very,
love the
very
Banner Johnson.
talented country artist there.
Absolutely love it. If y'all do want to submit your music, go to my link tree, click on Track Talk Submission, read through and follow all of the details. Please make sure to check the line. The line is updated all the time with fresh track counts and minimums and stuff like that. So definitely make sure that y'all check the minimums. Make sure that you check the line before you submit, just so you know where you're going to be. But we have 8 songs left, so we still have plenty of time to get through some more music. Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate you hopping in.
Thank you for being here, Nick.
You are very nice. Thank you for saying that. I
Yeah, you
appreciate
fit
it.
right in the Vibe Tribe.
We got Obsidian in the building. Also, just quick reminder too, to make sure that you are in our Discord as well. We're becoming just more, we're trying to build up that community, being more and more active over there. So if you're on Twitch, you can hit !Discord. It'll pop up. If you're on TikTok, you can go to my link tree and just click on the Discord icon at the top right there. Thank you so much for the roses.
We
for the
appreciate you,
Ws.
Banner. You're awesome.
I appreciate it. All right, this is Memory of Mallory. Says it's a bit different, but give it a chance. I'm excited. I have the download. Let me know if this is released or kind of where you're at in the process of the Obsidian. And then talk me through the
I think
production.
Obsidian said they're working on music that they're going to release, but they haven't released anything yet. Am I correct in saying that, Obsidian?
Unreleased. Got it downloaded here.
I carry your
Sounds good, Banner. I'm excited.
Perfect. Unreleased. Okay, cool. You can always check the line, Yablo. It changes all the time as I get new submissions in. So it just,
It's basically whoever is at the top.
right now, yes, I believe, but that could change. So that's why I say always keep a tab open to kind of keep your eye on it. But it just depends. I've got Obsidian first right now. I already have them up, ready to go.
Yeah, no, that's a great plan, Obsidian. I think anytime anyone can do that and they're not in a major rush, we love it.
Yeah.
Personally, it's what we would recommend for sure.
And then talk to me really quick, Obsidian, about if this is produced by you. Is this a YouTube beat? Is it a BeatStars 2 track? Someone you know? Did you self-engineer this? Did you work with someone in studio or another engineer? Let me know. Any context, any details you have, I would love to break down. Let's get into it.
I carry your memory with me, even if years pass by between the nights that cry.
I I know.
And tears from regrets that most are in
Wrote and sung it. Okay, cool. Beat stars, got
Cool.
you.
soul. I wish you could have had more time, more love, more life, more happiness and peace. You may be gone, but your life meant something to me. We became friends in such odd ways, I have to say. I was dropping off and you were pregnant, all drugged up, and I didn't know you from nothing. I asked you to come home with me, get clean for the sake of the baby. You did great, you stayed clean. You even eventually started hoping.
Every note I sing, the tears poured onto the music. Every note I sing.
What
are you recording into?
Home with me.
You're recording
Go
into your
to their
phone?
room, take a bath, get clean. I was a delinquent raised on the streets, and you were raised in facilities. But
Okay, got you,
struggled,
DT.
made us
We got
friends,
you.
But our friendship came to a sudden end. Phone rang.
Cool.
I dropped to my knees. I fell down
No
my
worries
own
at all,
hole of
DT. Thanks for
pain.
letting us know.
I got a call. My daughter's dead.
keep you up,
gone
but
fatal
we might
car
move past,
accident. Now I'm a
depending on where
single
you're at.
mom of a 6-month-old. I couldn't be there for you like I promised. I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough to stay. I walked
It's like
away.
spoken word
Your last
almost.
words
Yeah.
to me were, "Come home. I need you here with me." I replied, "I can't. I'm dealing with my own misery."
Beautiful. Fantastic.
I later found out from a friend I'd never get the chance to speak to you.
Bulletproof microphone.
Every note I sing, the tears poured onto the music. Every note I sing. Mallory, with every chord and beat. Every note I sing, Mallory. The tears poured onto the music sheets. With every tear that's fallen, I hope you know you will not be forgotten. Even after the days I'm gone, this melody will carry your memory on.
You're a bit and haven't survived by. You were cremated as a ward of the state. My family did a claim. I regret what I said. Won't let you fade away into the black. I hold your memory forever in a part of my heart just for you. And in the same moment I take my last breath, I'll shed my last tear for you.
Hey, shout out to the 10. Shout out to the 10.
Tears poured onto
Still hanging on to mine.
music. Every note I sing.
Your life may have been short, not sweet, but rest in peace, Mallory. You will not be forgotten. You are missed. You are loved. You deserve so much. I'm sorry that you were alone and overwhelmed in your last days. I abandoned you like
Line is
everyone
at the
else
link tree.
did. I'm sorry I walked away, my old friend.
Make sure y'all check
I
it
gave
before you submit
hope,
too.
only for that hope to be stripped
Follow all the
away. I
steps.
left. You fell
There's no
back into your old
notifications,
ways.
but you can
CPS
just keep the line up and
you hung yourself in the women's
check it
rehab.
every
Damn,
now and
I
then.
wish
We
I
can
could
leave you up
stop.
there for
It
sure.
showed you someone in this world still did give a
And
shit.
we'll, of course, make sure you're
I
here.
break every day. I
Yeah.
think about your ashes unclaimed, and your
What's up,
bed
Chase?
only says your date of birth is your date of death. There's
Hey,
only
Chase
one
Samples,
entry in
good
your
to see
book of
you.
life, and it's for me, and it reads, "For a friend to come from such strange circumstances, you made an incredible impact on my life. I love you for it. I miss you dearly, and I'm sorry."
Mallory, with every chord and beat.
I know,
Let's go.
Yabo, for
Every
sure.
note I sing, Mallory. The tears poured onto the music sheets. With every tear that's fallen, I hope you know you will not be forgotten. Even after the days I'm gone, this melody
Oh,
will
shit,
carry
Chase.
your memory
Let's
on.
go. Oh, that's switching to a retrack song, the lullaby for a second. I was
Oh,
like, wait,
yeah.
hold on 1 second. All right, let's get into it. Let's run it back from the top. Y'all, let me pull this back up.
We definitely aim to keep it constructive in here for sure. So if you don't have
Definitely.
anything nice to say, just keep swiping. No worries at all.
Yeah, 100%. Let me see. If you have like actionable advice, then that definitely can be helpful.
Yeah.
Where did
We're
it
all
go?
about being helpful in here. We don't even, that's why we don't even do trash and pass and like reviews and stuff because we're not a
Yeah.
review space.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's run it back from the top. This was, I was like, that's a crazy switch
No, no,
up.
no, that wasn't hers.
It automatically played, I think, Retrack's lullaby that he sent in one time, which is like, hold on, what's going on right now? That was Memory of Mallory. Let's get into it by Obsidian right here.
worries at all,
in
Raya.
The track. No worries. Let's run it back from the top. Let's get into it. I have a couple tips. I'm really glad that you have a mic coming in soon. The 58 is fantastic. I've had one for forever and 57's forever. The first mic I ever bought for myself ever was a SM57. Now I have a couple of them that I use for different things. So that is a bulletproof mic that you hopefully will just be able, even if you get great large diaphragm condensers in the future or work in studios or something like that, the 58 and the 57 is a mic that you hang on to forever. Those are bulletproof. You can literally like drive over them with the car, and they're absolutely amazing. So I think the 58 will treat your vocal really well. I'm excited for you to get into it. There's some things that I think would be really helpful for you when it comes to structuring. And I think it largely comes down to you understanding what exactly your intention for the song is. Is it to be more poetic and spoken word? Is it to have a structure of a rap song? And I think, or is it supposed to have some R&B elements to it? However you decide that the song needs to be and what exactly you want the structure to be, you can make stylistic decisions to make sure that comes through in the way that you perform and comes through in the way that you mix and produce and things like that, right? Especially as you're self-engineering. And so I think the more that you make those decisions, become confident in those decisions, and mature your taste in those decisions, the more people will know what they're listening to, right? 5750 might still have, yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
and you
100%.
mentioned that you're just getting started.
Yeah, I
You're
love
just
that.
dipping your toe in, it's like there's grace for that, for
Yep.
sure.
And so that's what I'm kind of listening for, right? Is I think in a structure where you want it to be more poetic and want it to be a little bit more spoken word, I would bias all of your attention in that direction. Because I think what is happening that you even can kind of see in the chat, maybe on the different platforms too, is people not knowing how to approach the song. And I think that's important to mitigate as much as possible. You want people to kind of hear what's going on and just kind of know intuitively what's happening in the structure of the song, right? So I think that's one thing that we'll pay attention to. I'll play through a couple parts of the song. There's some things like on the mix side. I know you're just recording into your phone, maybe on BandLab or GarageBand or something. You can let me know. So we can approach some small mix things, but I think foundationally, wrote my first song in October and sung my first song in late October. Let's go. I love it.
Very new.
Sitting in-
welcome to music.
I love that you're just doing it. It's a great creative outlet. It's a way
100%.
to express yourself that's powerful. So that's why I'm never going to be the person here like, this is trash, stop making music. It's an incredible emotional outlet. Let's just try to get some tools to maybe polish some of the
And
structure of what
everyone's
you're
at
doing.
different points, right?
Yep.
Different levels and different
100%.
genres, all types of stuff. So we
100%.
respect that here for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Right, let's get into it. Why is it playing that one again? Oh, yeah, there we go. Sorry, I was like, hold on, Jesus.
Carry your memory.
Retrack just put a
Retrack
glitch.
trying to take over.
Retrack put a glitch in our system. It only plays his songs. 816 bar, yeah, structure things, stuff like that. And so those are things I would keep in mind is if you want this to be a rap song with a hook, then there are some rhythmic and performative things that I think you can polish to make it feel more like that. My current perspective on is it feels very spoken word. The structure is very
For
loose,
sure.
feels very poetic, but then you have like a dark trap beat and some things that
Which
maybe
makes it feel like it's supposed to be more rap. Like
right. And then you have a hook structure and then you start singing. And so I think what I would pay the most attention to, thank you so much for the gifts, Yablo. Thank you for the roses.
oh, good to see you, Lee.
Hey, welcome in, Lee. Appreciate
I
you
hope
hopping
the
in.
Zoom is going okay. Probably pretty boring. I know how those go.
Weeks ago, and I've been working with a. There you go, Jared. I love it. You must sing on the lullaby, right? Oh yeah. So rap and sung hooks. So then I think we need to make some rhythmic cadence and structural decisions to point that direction. Because I think what people are perceiving is this feels too loose to be a song. There's no rhythm or rhyme structure that I as a consumer can latch onto, right?
Mostly no melodic structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. So those are some things we can work on, right? Practical steps.
Years pass by between the nights that cry, and tears from regrets, but most are in remembrance of you and your beautiful soul. I wish you could have had more time, more love, more life, more happiness and peace. You may be gone, but your life meant something to me. We became friends in such odd ways, I have to say. I was dropping off and you were pregnant, all drugged up, and I didn't know you for nothing. I asked you to come home with me, get clean for the sake of the baby. You did great, you stayed clean. You even eventually started hoping.
Every note I sing, the tears
So you can start to hear where the structure of the vocals doesn't match the structure of the beat. And so my foundational tip for you is when you're choosing beats, and even when you're choosing to rap over a certain beat, pay attention to the structure. Find places where the beat changes. Find your hook. Find your verses. Find structure, and then that will kind of tell you. Like this producer probably put in a 16-bar verse here and an 8-bar hook, and then a 16-bar verse and an 8 hook, and then a 32 outro or something like that. Sounds good, DT. We got you, man. We'll be here.
Yeah, I hope the meeting goes well, DT. See you soon.
Those are the things I would pay attention to. And there's a lot of artists that are kind of like this, where they'll put you'll hear it's supposed to be rap with a melodic hook. So that's kind of what we're digging into. we'll hear artists where like I think the producer wanted it to be a hook, but then the artist started half of a verse halfway through. So you can hear on this production that the producer, I'd say this kind of speaking for them, I guess, is kind of still in their verse because the production structure doesn't change, the sound design doesn't change. They're still in their verse, and like halfway through a line, you switch to your melodic hook and then go back into the verse. Probably when they started switching to their hook. And so the structure starts to not line up anymore. And then the whole song just kind of ebbs and flows and free flows, and the words don't match the beat. And then the melodies don't match the change towards the hook and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's what I would pay attention to. The other thing, I don't know if you're doing this, if you're on BandLab or GarageBand or something like that. I would also record with a click track. It can be annoying for some people. But I would record with it, just especially as you're starting out, record with a click track, get used to a click track, record with headphones so that you can still use a click track. That way you have an idea of the rhythmic structure of the song beyond the beat of these like filtered hi-hats and this like dark moody pad and stuff like that. You can hear that do, 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 that little pocket right there, and you can build lyrics that loosely, at least foundationally, you just started rapping, just started writing and recording like this, you can start to match lyrics and rhythm structure.
Nice job working
to
on that,
pocket.
Obsidian. Awesome.
And let me say this too, Obsidian. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. This is what I'll say too, is this takes reps. This takes doing this a lot of time. So even though like I was trained in audio engineering and I am a classically trained musician, I've done music my whole life. I've done all of these things for a long time. Nothing beat doing it a bunch, doing 100 mixes, you know what I mean? Like doing so many productions, making 400 beats and only 2 of them actually got released. Like it just takes so much repetition. So my encouragement to you as well would be, that's true, right? That's true. There's a lot of stuff that happens off like basic loops. My advice to you, beyond even like worrying about getting this song out or releasing it or promoting it, I would put in repetition. I would make 100 songs. I would structure your songwriting well. I'd work on your rhythms and your bar count, right? If you find that you're doing a verse that's like 7 bars, but you don't understand the structure yet, I would, Sands of Time and Memories. I'll double check, Yablo. I got you. Little Tank, welcome in. Yeah, make sure y'all are following. Make sure you got notifications turned on. It'll help you find it again. We'll always be at the top glowing.
But we'll definitely double check Yablo for sure. Thank you for letting us know.
I would put time and energy into it, and I would make 100 songs. I would really start to put in the repetition, because that's where you're going to learn more and more and more about where you need to improve, and even like the strengths and the weaknesses of your vocal control and your tone and your writing and stuff like that. So that's
I also
the stuff
want to read Wubsy's comment really quick because it might be helpful. But New York, no worries at all. If you don't want to send the extra 15 it would be to go today, we can definitely save your 10 for another day. No worries at all. Just let us know what you'd prefer to do. And then Wubsy on Twitch said, I have since learned to use a reference track and add markers to the project to help guide me through the song structure. That definitely helps.
Definitely. And then you have I'll check for you in a minute too, and then save. Okay, got you, New York. And then save for you.
Yeah, just keep in mind that you will have that 10 credit, so we are excited to have you back. Anytime we are live, you can just hop back in and be like, hey, I got 10. And depending on where the line is at, you can always check it. Also at the link tree, depending on where the line is at, you can always add more to it or just get on with your 10 or whatever you'd like to do. Sometimes people even just donate credit. Today, 2 people got put on, got a big boost in their
Thank you, Tim.
credit.
Appreciate
so
you.
You never know. But welcome in, New York, the kid. Very happy to have you.
100% Funk. 100%. Absolutely. What's up, Tavo? Welcome in.
Tavo,
Good to
what's
see you,
up?
bro.
Miss
So glad
you.
you're in here. Yeah, 100%.
What's up with that freaking Severance, guys? Who's been keeping up?
Who's keeping up with Severance? Don't say anything because there's spoilers. Don't say any spoilers, but if you're caught up,
No, let's say all the spoilers.
say all the spoilers, man.
Go over to Twitch if you want to talk spoilers.
All right, let's skip forward here a little bit. But honestly, man, Sidian, my biggest tip would be to get hyper focused on the way that you structure. Thank you so much, Tank. I appreciate you. Get hyper focused on the way that you structure and put in repetition. breakthrough. Yeah, and you'll have so. I mean, I feel like I've been engineering for like 13 years. I've been producing since I was like 12 on Pro Tools. Like I've been doing music for a long time, and just like Funk said, I'm always evolving or learning a new thing and adjusting the way that I and like my perspective on the music and my process and stuff like that. So there's no arrival point in music where you just like finally get it all and it all makes sense. Like there's still times where I'll be like knocking my head against the wall on a mix, being like, "What's going on?" And then I is another aspect of what I need to focus on and what I need to structure better and stuff like that. So take some time, have a lot of grace for yourself in the process because it does just take time. My first couple songs were absolutely horrible, and some of them I still struggle with. You know what I mean? So take your time. I think you have some good intuition on storytelling, especially. That I can hear some of what you're saying and understand like your perspective on the music, but really getting into how you structure the way that you build out your rhythms and your cadences for your vocals and how that fits with the production structure itself, I think is going to be really important for you to put repetition in, and I think from there you'll grow a lot. Let me skip into this last minute here.
Damn, I wish I could.
Retrack
stop. You
way
showed
too
you
short.
Someone in this
I hated
world
that
still
part of
didn't
it.
give a shit.
Let's go.
I
Little
break
take. I love
every
it.
day. I think about
Go
your
for the
ashes
gifts.
unclaimed, and your obit only says your date of birth is your date of death. There's only one entry in your book of life.
And of course, on the quality side, you're going to see a big jump from recording into your voice, or recording into your phone with a bunch of noise isolation, and then between that and recording even just with like a 58 is going to be a massive difference for you. So I'm excited for you to just even take that step forward.
Next for me, and it reads, for a friend to come from such strange circumstances, you made an incredible impact on my life. I love you for it. I miss you dearly, and I'm sorry.
There's definitely aspects of staying on the beat there, though.
Yeah.
So I think there's some natural intuition there, which is awesome.
Definitely.
It doesn't feel like you're starting from ground zero.
Because I think it could be like,
Thank you so much for the gift. Sorry that I didn't see them, but thank you so much.
I appreciate you so much. So this is B minor, right? So even that, na, na, dee, da, na, na, if you built off that, da, na, 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 da, na, na, da, na, na, da, na, 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 da, da, you have like the startings of like good lines. Like I hear that melody, then it floats away a little bit, kind of goes into a different mode. But like that starting melody, da, na, na, that you have right there, it's clean. It's on the key and all that good stuff. I feel like you're building into some other things that if you really lock in on your structure and your rhythms, you have so much potential. So much potential.
Onto the music sheets. With every tear that's falling, I hope you know you will not be forgotten. Even after the
Excited to hear your guys' stuff for sure.
This melody will carry your.
Yeah, I think
It
right now,
definitely reads as more of a spoken word.
yeah,
Which we already discussed
Yeah.
for sure.
of like structuring it in a way that's palatable by an audience where they know what they're listening to. What you don't want, like it's very, very nice to have surprises and spontaneity in the structure of a song like that. That keeps people engaged and interested. But you don't want people like guessing too much. You don't want them confused necessarily when they're listening to the structure of your song. So I think it can be really beneficial. Like we already talked about structure and things like
Yeah.
that. Take some of the guesswork out from an audience. If they have to like, if there was no way for anyone to sing the song with you, right? If there was no way, like I couldn't find the rhythm, I couldn't find the melodies, then you're going to run into some issues where your song's not going to connect to people, right? Because they can't find where you are on the song. So the more you create structure, the more you put in repetition, the more that you're going to be able to find those rhythms for
For
yourself.
sure. For context, again, guys, Obsidian literally is just dipping
started.
their foot in
Yeah.
basically the water. It's like they are just starting at the
Yep.
beginning of their music career. So I think they're just starting to try to experiment with some things.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
find themselves in their music. So there is grace for that 100%.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
But y'all, show some love, man.
Obsidian, as far
Show
as
some love.
the visual side of things go, I honestly wouldn't focus too much on it right now since you are just really honing in your craft on the sound side of things. But I always say it's never too early to get a Pinterest. So if you want to get on Pinterest and you want to start dreaming about what your music and aesthetic could look like, your music identity, I'm sorry, and your aesthetic could look like in the meantime, more props to you. I always highly encourage that. It's a very, very helpful tool on that side of things, and it can really lead to a lot of self-discovery in that
Definitely.
way. And it's another really big reason I like it is because it leads to consistency in what you desire. So a lot of people will like rush and put some branding out, right? And then a few weeks down the line or a couple months go by and they're like putting out some other stuff that's just kind of random and doesn't really fit. It's not cohesive. Lil Tank, thank you so much. Or they decide, I don't really like that style. And it's just the more you flip flop, the worse off because, you know, if you don't even know what you're doing, your audience is definitely not gonna know what you're doing. And it's just highly unlikely that they're gonna follow through if you don't have that professional brand and stuff figured out.
100%.
With okay, let's see. The hook is with every chord and beat, every note I sing, the tears poured onto the music sheets. Okay, that's the hook. Nice. So I'm flip-flopping right now, so that's why I'm not releasing.
Yeah, you're
we
finding your sound.
we
You're
highly
finding, yeah.
recommend not releasing. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
I would not worry about releasing at all. It's just not gonna do too much for you to prematurely release before you even know what you're creating. Right? It's like you deserve to give yourself the time and the energy and the you know, time, energy, and effort to just discover. Do a little bit of self discovery, figure out what your sound is, what your visuals might look like in the future, and just have fun with it. Honestly, that's what I always come back to and what I always recommend when somebody is just getting started in music. It's like just have fun. You know, just don't take it too seriously. I think that's the best advice that
100%.
someone can give because it's at the end of the day it's art. It's an art form, right? And it's meant to be for you, but at the same time it's like why would you put pressure on yourself to release when releasing is mostly for other people?
Thank you for
It's
the
like I
roses.
don't want to bring people into my creativity until I say it's okay for them to come in. You know what I mean? Like just giving permission prematurely, it doesn't feel good.
100%. Man, y'all show some love. Show some
It
love.
won't be
Obsidian.
as satisfying, basically.
And Obsidian, I just really respect your vulnerability. I will say this to any artist that does this early on. Your vulnerability in sending something early, like your vulnerability and just being open with your process, right? Like not just waiting till you've already done all this crazy stuff, right? And you're building and you're getting advice at the very beginning of your journey, which I just respect so much. So props
Yeah,
to you.
mad respect
Yeah.
and props. That's amazing that you're working even past that damage that you have. So mad love, mad respect, amazing job, Obsidian. And also very cool name because if you know our business is called Obsidian Key.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that your name is Obsidian. Very cool.
And y'all show some love to Obsidian Stone. Show some love. Show some love. Really quick, Lil Tank. So I have the 10 from you. I have it saved to my list. So I have that 10 from you. But I always, and we try to say this as much as we can. Yep, I got you. Yablo, you're up next. I got you pulled up. To make sure that y'all check the line, make sure that you go and follow all of the steps at the link tree and read through all of those details. Right now, y'all can check the minimums, check the line, check the order anytime at any point, and I encourage you to do that over the course of the live by going to my link tree and clicking on see the line.
Yeah, so we have 7 tracks left. Whoever the top 7 are will be going today, and then whoever isn't in that top 7, your credit will automatically be saved, and you can hop in anytime we're live and be like, hey, I'm back. Can you throw me on the board? We got you.
100%. All right, let me pull this up.
But just make sure to check the line so that you can keep up with it. We always recommend keeping it up.
All right, we got
What's
Yablo
up, Shloud?
in the
Good
building.
to see you on
Shloud, welcome
Twitch.
in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Absolutely, Obsidian. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm 19 and produce my own stuff. I've got this email here. I mixed and wrote the song on my own. I also made the beat myself. I play guitar, so I added some reversed at the beginning. Love that. I think it sounds really nice. Probably
Thank
one of
you,
my
Obsidian.
favorite beats I've made. It's not fully finished. There's about 30 seconds in the middle of just the beat. I'm thinking about adding a guitar solo. Love it. And having my friend spit a verse on it. Working on releasing this week. My SoundCloud is Yablo. Perfect. All right.
Thanks for dropping your Insta too. That's helpful.
Beautiful. Let's get into it. Y'all can submit at any time by going to my link tree and clicking on Track Talk Submission. But please check the line first. Please check the orders and make sure that you read through and follow all the details. And we'll be ready to go. All right. This is Yablo right here. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's got that nice like Rhodes Stage 73 texture too.
just wanna run it up with you now. What you think we doing in life? Got a few more coming inside. Try to walk in and I mix it with Sprite. Think it's weird, but I'm living a life. Yeah, I just got one thing to tell you.
Let's go, Yablo.
Let's go.
My bedroom, girl, you look too familiar. I think that's why I kinda like you. Shit, I don't even know what's right. I just wanna stay inside it. Think they're running for a fight, yeah. So shit better not pull up or strike, yeah. See me come outside, side. Sun shining, yeah, it's nice. Think I made it, I'm alright, right. Shit, I pull a step, night. Grab my drink, I need some ice. All the stress on my side. Move that shit to the side. Move that shit to the side. Yeah, they said move that shit to the side, but I gotta keep it with me. I got 50, I think I'm feeling tipsy. Yeah, the dawn hit me. Let me split, please. She looking sickly. Think the pack is hitting, but I gotta stay looking cool now. Yeah, I just wanna run it up with you now. Yeah.
This is where it's open right here, right? So maybe solo here, maybe a verse from a friend. Got you.
Nice. Ooh, guitar solo.
I'm a fan of bringing back a guitar solo.
We love a good guitar solo. If you're interested in what my personal favorite one is, or at least one of my top ones, go to the Discord. Go to Music Rex, it's in there.
Yeah, they see me come outside. Sun shining, yeah, it's nice. Think I made it, I'm alright, right. Shit, I pull
What are you recording on?
Grab my drink, I need some ice.
What DAW, mic, etc.?
Move that shit to the side. Move that shit to the side.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Definitely catchy.
Let's go. Y'all,
And
show
you're
some
only
love.
19, that's incredible.
Let's go. Rolled into one. Okay, nice. Y'all, show some love. That was Colin Yablonsky, I believe, is the name that I have on here for the file. It's
Yablo.
Yablo right here in the chat. Do you go by Yablo as your artist name? Or, because I know on the song file, it's the full name, but I just want to make sure I say the right one. Young and for real. Yablo. Okay, cool. All right, so this is Yablo. It's called To the Side. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's run it back from the
Awesome.
top. Let's dive into it.
Yablo is a cool name.
I like
you
that.
took it from your last name, and it's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. A couple mixings I definitely think we can polish up here that are fairly simple. But let's dive in, man. Dive in.
I love how excited you are. It's getting me pumped.
The water's warm. Let's go.
I'm excited for you, Yablo. Got a bright future ahead of you for sure.
One thing that I'll keep in mind, let me see how long. I think it's about 20 seconds. Nope, longer.
Yeah, it's a pretty long intro with no introduction to the vocal.
Let's go, Yablo. I love it.
Awesome. Congrats on that.
Yeah, so you have 32 seconds. What's up, Baker? You have 32 seconds of non-vocal intro here. I'll say this every once in a while, but there's some things you want to keep in mind when it comes to when you do release to platforms. For most major DSPs, for sure, like Spotify, Apple, and I believe YouTube, it doesn't count as a stream unless people go at least 30 seconds. Listen for at least 30 seconds, right? So I always say this just as an example. That's their threshold for paying and for counting the stream, right? So you could have 1 million people listen to your track for 27 seconds, and you'll see 0 streams and get paid $0 from it, 0 cents from it. We know how it is, right? So when it comes to this intro structure right here, you're at 32 seconds before any valuable vocal structure comes in, like your main verse starts coming in. I would make sure that you optimize that first part, because if you have a whole bunch of people, you might release this and see 700 streams and be like, hey, I got 700 streams, dope. You might have had 3,800 people come across the song and just didn't stick. They skipped. It was kind of a lo-fi guitar instrumental for 30 seconds. And there's a lot of that. You can find that anywhere, right? And so the thing that makes a song special is, of course, a good quality production. I do think that can make a song really, really hit, but it's also your vocal structure. It's you as the artist, right? It's Yablo. So you do want to make sure that you introduce yourself early on. Yeah, that's one.
Exactly,
I mean, that's why you'll literally hear someone just like light up, or you'll hear someone just take a deep breath on the mic, like little things like that are just to introduce. It's that little subconscious thing of like, oh, there's an artist in front of me. You know what I mean?
Attention grabbing,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Um,
just knowing to expect that there's even an artist coming, because you never know, this could sound like an instrumental. You know what I mean?
100%.
So it quickly introduces the style that you're going for, and it's yeah.
Absolutely. One thing that I do all the time when I'm working with artists, like, cause a lot of times when I'm mixing and mastering for an artist, they'll have a BeatStars beat or something that someone close to them produced. In this case, you produced it. That's great. You can always cut the intro short. That's up to you. Or what I do a lot of times is I'll introduce the hook early because that's the catchiest part of the song anyways. So what I do a lot of times with artists that have like a 25 to 45-second intro and they want to keep it is I'll take their hook, the main structure of their hook, and I'll add it to another track. I'll filter it down, put some chorus on it, a bunch of delays or something like that, and I'll add it to the intro.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
I could totally picture that with this.
yeah. So like as an example. You know what I mean? Like it's like a little introduction of the hook with like a filter on it, or you could even have the whole hook structure right there because you have enough lyric structure to actually build it in. Something like that. It's so easy to do. It's not like it takes like another 7 hours of work or something. It's easy to
Right.
do. You take something that already exists in the song, and then what happens is when you go into that hook for the actual first time after your verse, there's that little nugget that people have already heard it. They've already heard those melodies. They've already heard half of those lyrics at least. And then it just feels more catchy. Those earworms
Hi,
stick
Sybil.
around.
Good to see you.
Add some delay, filter it down, maybe even like a telephone filter, with a
delay
little
and
bit of
stuff.
flanger, a little, even like an auto pan.
Side. I could kind of picture the side. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what he
yeah.
did sounded good too. Whatever you
I
end up
don't know
doing
the
is going to be
lyrics. I was
great,
just
but
making stuff up.
but I could picture that since it's such a prominent part of the song. I feel
Yep.
like I could definitely picture that.
100%.
And then Yablo, really quick, let me know if you've distributed
Sybil?
anything yet, or if you're kind of just building up your catalog before you ever even release.
Board is at my link tree. Go to my link tree, click on see the line. You can see the line. The line's always up on Twitch and YouTube.
We
It
have
makes money.
7 tracks or 6 tracks left.
6. I need to update it.
Okay, no worries. We got 6 tracks left for today, guys. Whoever those top 6 are will go today, and then if you're left on the board, of course, it will be saved.
2 tracks on SoundCloud, but nothing distributed
Actually, 2. Okay.
publicly, right? So probably just limited to like
You
SoundCloud.
don't have anything on Spotify, Apple Music, anything like
What's
that
up,
yet,
Anon?
right?
Welcome in.
What's up, Anon?
All right,
Good
let me
to
get into
see
the song a
you.
little bit. I'll update the line.
Okay, sounds good. That's how we like it. That's how we prefer people do it. Whenever we are giving advice on that, we always say build up your catalog.
Yeah.
Work on, making your sound professional and industry standard, stuff like that. That's always going to be your best bet. I'm gonna run to the restroom.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up with you.
Okay, really quick from a mixing side, so more on the practical side here. I'll talk about the beat and I'll talk about the vocals really quickly. I love that, Yablo. You're in a good spot. I mean, it's what I was just talking about with Obsidian. Reps. You need reps, right? Of all the songs that I've put out, of all the songs that I've sent to artists, of all the things that I've done to work with clients and stuff like that, I probably have 50x that and just stuff that's in the background, right? So like of all of the beats that I've like put out or all of the stuff that I've worked with, there's another 400 of them sitting in a file somewhere in my drive or my, whatever, my Dropbox or something like that. Put in the reps, man. That's a lot of what it takes. So from a practical standpoint, what's up, PG? I got you with your credit. Let me get you back up there too. When it comes to the structure of this mix right here, you have a very wide, very prominent guitar with the Rhodes over it, right? So you have your reverse guitars and you have like a stage 73 Rhodes loop right over the top of that. That is anytime that you really, really push the width to the outside, whether you're just panning open or you're using a stereo widener, the perceived loudness increases as well. It feels, because it's so much more isolated and it's so wide, it's not like coming right at you from the middle, right? So it just feels way louder. I would take those elements, that big guitar and Rhodes, bring them down, in my opinion, probably like 3 or 4 dB, rebalance the mix a little bit. And then some of your, what's happening is the Rhodes and guitar are making your percussion and bass feel really small, which of course is like the last thing that you want. You want the percussion to slap. You want the bass to hit you in the chest. So if those elements feel like small in comparison to these really vibrant elements that are pushed really wide, so the perceived loudness is much higher, I feel like you kind of, the perspective on the song shifts. It doesn't feel punchy. It doesn't feel powerful. So that's kind of my first quick tip on the production. Of course, how you structure that depends on your taste, right? Some people like a massive 808 that just distorts and is crunchy and saturated. And sometimes you want it a little bit thinner, a little bit brighter. So it really just depends on your taste and the style you're going for. But from a perspective standpoint, I would pull back on some of the energy of like your Rhodes and your guitar, and maybe push your production forward a little bit, because the production does feel percussion does feel a little bit thin and a little bit bright, and I think you can rebalance that just slightly, and then we'll talk vocals here. Let me skip forward a bit.
I kinda like you. Shit, I don't even know what's right. I just wanna stay inside. Think they're running for a fight. Yeah, shit better not pull up a strike.
Other side is so really the only other thing structurally that I want to talk about right now is your vocal is pretty much all completely in mono. So your lead vocal, your background vocals, your ad libs, your delays and stuff like that, and your ambiance are all in mono, right? So what you're wanting to give you space and life and openness feels really small, right? So your stereo reverb or whatever, the reverb that's on your vocal is in mono. So it's actually not emulating any space, because it's very small and it comes at you right down the middle. I would make sure, and if you need to look this up, depending on you're on Studio One, if you need to look this up or figure it out, there's plenty of videos on it. But I would have your reverb in stereo on an aux, and then you're going to send your vocal to that aux, and you can mix it in and automate it as much as you want to, but it's going to allow your vocal to stay in mono right down the middle, not be affected at all by the structure of your reverb. So if you turn up the wetness of the reverb and the mix of the reverb, it's reducing your clean dry signal of your vocal when you do that. If you have it on an aux, it's not going to affect it at all, and it's going to sound way more massive. Right now, again, your reverb's in mono, so you just don't hear any of the actual reflection. Like when you step into a room with your two ears, right, and you hear the reflection coming at you from all sides, that's what you're emulating, right? Placing your vocal in space, giving it depth, right, and some ambiance. I had the mix on the reverb for like 7%, right? That helps keep it a little bit drier, but it's still coming in mono. So you do want to make sure, like just as an example, I'll show you just for 2 seconds, just so you can kind of hear exactly what I'm talking about. What you want, and I'll just pull up this here. All right, so you hear that? Hear how this is like coming at you from all sides? This is a stereo reverb on an aux. So what's nice about this is I can automate this however I want to, but what you'll notice is my lead vocal doesn't change at all. So this lead vocal in mono, I can start to crank this reverb, but I'm not affecting the dry signal of my vocal at all. It's getting buried by the reverb. But if you listen, it's still that dry, clean vocal right there. And that reverb is hitting you from all sides. It's all over the place, right? If it's in mono, it's gonna sound small, right? You're not emulating any reflection, like natural reflection. So I would make sure that you have that reverb on a separate aux. I really feel like it's gonna help open things up for you and not make your vocal feel too tight, too small. The other side is getting your vocal layers to the outside too. What I'll usually say is get them out of the way of the lead vocal. Last thing I'll say, and then I'll skip to the last 30 seconds. Get them out of the way of the lead vocal. Right now, you have the lead and you have your ad libs. They're processed pretty similar, and they're coming at you from the exact same place, similar levels, a little bit quieter on the background, but similar processing structure, right? And so sometimes you'll do an ad lib and it kind of steps on the toes of the lead vocal, and they're all kind of, vying for your attention in the same spot. I'd pull those ad libs back, maybe get them to the outside a little bit, pan them out this way, process them a little bit differently, bring them back by a couple dB, and leave that lead vocal being tight and punchy and really energetic, and then give some space to some of the other elements. If the reverb, the lead vocal, the ad libs, the doubles are all coming at you right down the middle right here, they start to step on each other's toes, they start to vie for attention, and then it starts to sound a little bit noisier and busier when it could just sound open and punchy and vibey, right? Which I think is, listening to the song, I'm assuming like the vibe is one of the forefront things of the song. You want people to feel it and vibe to it, move to it. But if there's too many things vying for your attention in the same spot of the mix, you will run into some issues. So I think if you restructure some of the other elements within the mix here, some of your vocal performance things that we're talking about here, and some practical mixings, I think you'll be in a good spot. All right, let me skip into the last.
Hi, so I'm a little confused on your website. You say 10 is required, but you have a $5 option listed. Oh, $5 option is just like if you want to add 5 in the future, but it's not the minimum.
Yeah, in fact, the minimum is always updated at the line. That's why we say in the submission
minimum kind
form.
of does change depending, because we obviously don't want people to get misled and think that they're going to go today. That's why we always put the amount of tracks that we have left.
Yeah. On our line, you can always see the minimum. You can always see the amount left. And then when we say on the form to check the line before you're submitting. All right, let me get into the last 30 seconds here.
Gaming since 1994. That's the year we were born. Shout out to 94.
Let's go. And then PG, I got you with the update as well, man.
they see me come outside, side, side, side. Sun shining, yeah, it's nice, 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 nice. Think I made it, I'm alright, right. Shit up on the step, night. Grandma drink, I need some ice, ice. All the streets on my side.
Let's go retrack you two.
Move that shit to the side. Move that shit to the side.
Oh, let's go, Raya. That's
Let's go.
awesome. That's cool.
Y'all, show some love, man. Show some love, man. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to 94. Show some love to Yablo. Yablo, I think you have a good intuition on just like vibe and movement, the catchiness of the hook. You have good repetition. I think it's going to come down to processing polish, right? And really like choosing where you want things positioned and how you want them processed so that it serves the structure of the song as much as possible, right? So you actually feel the vibe, right? That you actually move with it. So man, show some love. I'm excited.
Yablo, you're absolutely killing it. I think on TikTok, it's really cool to see some of what you're putting out there. I think that's a really great in the meantime while you build up that catalog to just build up your following on your platforms as much as you can, right? But I wouldn't worry too much about, being too serious about it. I would focus more on, like you already are doing. You're going to, a production program. That's so awesome. I hope it goes really well. And then in the meantime, you got us, you got this community. Literally our business, the Obsidian Key, is structured in a way that is all for building up and encouraging not entrepreneurs, but musicians and small artists and creatives like yourself. So we got you every step of the way. July is my birth month. Awesome. Mine is November. His is January. So we're technically like 11 months apart ish.
In the same year.
But he's a little older than me. I'm gonna have my Grammy by next year. Let's go. Let's go. I love that ambition. It's
100%.
really cool to see. So what I recommend, it's going to be similar to Obsidian and anyone else we've had in here who is just kind of getting started with building and is working on building up their catalog and stuff like that. On the visual side of things, I would get to Pinterest. If you don't already have Pinterest and you're not already utilizing it, I highly recommend it. It's a really good tool to begin to do some self-discovery for what you want your music identity to look like visually and aesthetically. So that's going to be the best place to start. And I don't have it. I'll work on that.
Perfect.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be really, really great, helpful tool. And it's just really fun, honestly. Like, I don't think I talk enough about how fun it is, but it's a really good platform for even just gaining inspiration for, your music, your album art covers, your merchandise in the future, any events you end up planning, stuff like that. It can be really, really good. So definitely recommend having some fun over there. And honestly, when you start the music one for your brand, I would just pin every single little thing that inspires you and feels true to you. And that's going to really help whenever you do work with someone for your branding. So the rough, process of things would be getting that foundation set with a visual brand that is professional and cohesive. Hashtag anything. Exactly. Retrack. Honestly,
Literally.
anything. I'm like, who's to say what's off limits for something that inspires someone? You can't really say that. Anything can be inspiration. So, but yeah, so that foundation would be the brand, the visual aesthetic, and then from there you would build out every single one of your platforms. Make sure they're cohesive aesthetically. Make sure that you're maximizing them to the best of your ability and utilizing all of their features. And then it would be marketing and just consistently releasing music, right? Music is my life. I have a tattoo with my music notes in my DNA.
I love your passion.
I love that so much. You're reminding me of football is life.
Football is life. That's what
it's in my blood. Literally Torvik too, for sure.
I love it, dude. I love your passion.
He came out of the womb playing a violin, so he doesn't play violin, but that was just to be funny. It's like one of the only things he doesn't play.
Got you, Raya.
And honestly, he will pick up like random instruments and just like make it sound like something. And like, what the fuck?
I want a cello. That's like my next thing.
You're gonna learn cello. I'm gonna learn piano.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Yablo. You're so cool. I hope that you'll hop in the Discord just to get more connected in the community and stuff like that. But we've loved having you. You're very cool. Thanks for hopping in today.
A dulcimer would be fun. I want weird because I want to build. If you can see, I mean, y'all see in here, you're on
We
Twitch.
get a riot track. Let's
get a
go,
riot
Riot! I'm so
track.
excited.
I have like a bunch of, obviously instruments already, and I don't have them set up here because I'm in between studio spaces right now. But I already have drums and everything that I had set up at my last
What's
studio.
the process of copyright claiming a name for myself?
You don't need a copyright claim like an artist name. You just need to have it registered on platforms and then register with a PRO as well, so that your songs are registered and you get the publishing rights.
If you ever are going to do like an official business with that name, that would be something else, and you would get like a DBA, an LLC, all that stuff. But thankfully, on the music side of thing, if that's all you're doing, it is kind of like a business. It does function that way, and you are the product, you are the face of the brand, right? But thankfully, you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah, and as long as you register, technically speaking, your work is copywritten. Whenever you like release to platforms, you get your ISRC codes and you get your metadata that says that you uploaded the track and that you owned the rights to it and stuff like that. But you still do want to make sure that you are probably registering with like Song Trust, and definitely register with the PRO so that you get all of the rights and royalties on all sides for your music. Okay, Keto, let me double check here in a second. Okay, so Raya, I got you up there, and then I think that's, or is it Kato? Thank you so much for hopping in. I appreciate you being here. I just got your 10. We always recommend that people check the line first. Go to the link tree because you can always see the updated minimums and the updated track list that we have left. So right now you can see the updated track list. Right now, I believe the minimum is 25. So let me know if you want to add to it to get yourself there, or if you would like me to save it for the next live, which I believe will be tomorrow. I can easily save it to my list.
That. I hope it goes well. Thanks for being a part of the Vibe Tribe.
I love it, Yablo. I love it. I love it. Yeah, show some love.
Also, D. Ross. Is it D. Ross? I don't know how to say your full name, I don't think, but thank you so much for that offer. That's so sweet. Thankfully, I have my piano teacher right here. I just need the freaking time.
Yeah, we just need the time and the headspace to be able to do it.
Right.
We got, I think DT's still out, so PG Brown, let me know if you're in the building. I got you up next too. If y'all ever want to submit, you can go to my link tree, click on Track Talk Submission. You'll see all the steps there. Please read through the details, all of the details. Check the line so you can see updated minimums and tracks left, and you should be good to go. Let me know.
DT's still in his meeting, right?
I believe so.
I'm gonna go get a snack, yeah. That's a good idea,
Yeah,
Ryan. Thank you so much. I'll bring you one.
Snack sounds great. All right, I'm there right now. Okay, I'm not seeing PG again. Retract, are you in the building? Yeah, mental space. Yeah, it's like another language.
Oh, ew, I don't want this one.
This one?
Yeah, do that.
Okay, cool. I see retract. All right, we're gonna keep it moving.
Dude, I swear, I don't know what the heck is wrong with my brain, but I still have that freaking Black Eyed Peas song stuck in my head because I saw We Funk Beats again. Oh, no, don't funk with my heart.
Good.
I'm dead, you guys. Wonder if I take you home, would you still be in love, baby?
Why is it
In
flagging
love,
retracts? It's up to you, Kato. It's up to you. Just read through all the. Thank you for the corgi. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for the gifts, guys.
It, like,
Apparently that
flagged
really
your-
helps. Track is called Lollipop. Uh-oh. She licked me like a lollipop.
I don't know why it flagged this. It's not gonna let me.
Okay, I'll back up so I'm not ASMRing for you guys.
I might need you to resend it. It's blocking me from downloading it.
That's weird.
Or let me here. Maybe that'll work. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah. There we go. All right, retrack. You know the deal. Give me some details. Give me some context. Let's get into it. All right, let's run it. This is a Lollipop produced by Retrack, 160 BPM in G minor. Let's go. Any details, drop it in the chat, man.
I love those digital sounds, dude. Oh, it's definitely on the website for sure. But yeah, if we don't get to you today, we definitely will save your credit.
Yeah, let me get it on my list right now.
Make sure to read through the FAQ and all that. Nice retrack.
All right, got you on my list. Let's go to me.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say drop it in the Discord for sure. Right? Definitely video gaming. Retrack's good at that style. I mean, granted, Retrack's good at a lot of styles.
Very true. Very
Super
true.
versatile. Your water's splashing around everywhere.
Just fucking partying with my...
Bro drinks out of a juice glass, bro. Look. Make fun of him with me, guys.
Hey, I'm sustainable, baby.
For sure, I love that. We love a sustainable king. Ooh.
I was just hoping you did a halftime in here. Yeah. Let's go, man. Show some love, show some love.
Yeah, gifts don't really count, but we do appreciate the gifts
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, anybody who's wanting to submit, just go to my link tree, click on Track Talk Submission, and please read through everything. Top to bottom, read through the details, read through the FAQ if you've never submitted here before. Follow the steps there. Please go see the line, which it also says to do there. Go see the line so you can see minimums, you can see the structure and stuff like that. I always want to make sure that
Retrack,
you
I'm
are
obsessed.
good to go.
I
Man,
love that switch up at the end.
show some love to Reacher. Let's get into it. Honestly, I just want to look for like a dynamic change in the middle of the song, but dude, I love this already. There's plenty of, I like it because it's melodic and it's open and it's driving. I love the feel, the aesthetic. But there's space. There's plenty of space for an artist on
that
this.
switch up could come a little earlier. Like, it would be cool.
100%.
But I really love it.
All right, let's run from the top. Retrack, you're a beast. You know it. Everybody knows it.
Retrack.
That's up to you. That's up to you, Kato. So I have you on my list that's saved right now, since you had 10 and right now the minimum's 25. So it's completely up to you if you want to add to that to go a little bit sooner or get going today, or I already have it saved for the next time we go live, but that's completely up to you.
Can you make sure you guys definitely just read through all the steps. Go back to the submission link on the link tree and read through all of those steps. That goes for Peter and is it Kato?
Kato, I think, yeah. Yeah. Follow all of the steps there. Read through the FAQ, the terms and everything there. That way you know exactly what you
We have 5 tracks
know.
left for today.
Yeah, 100%. All right.
Thank you, Raya.
All right, let's go retrack.
Check the line. Read the steps.
Thank you for the
Boom,
follow.
boom, boom.
I love that like square little popcorn. Do the things. Appreciate you a lot. And I like the slow progression here too. Yo!
Thank you so
let's
much
go.
for the subscription.
Katie, thank you for the sub.
Aw,
Thank
Katie,
you.
we love you.
Appreciate you so much. Shout out to Katie. It's not Kato. It's up to you. Read through all the details.
No, it is indeed up to you.
If you read all of the details, you'll know that it's up to you. So please read through the details. So yeah, after a while, I think the piano structure, which is so rigid, which I like. I like that it's really sharp and you get that almost like Jersey 808, right? That it has a lot of punch to it. That whole structure there, I think is fantastic.
It's true, Ryo.
you
We're
start
so
to-
grateful.
That can start to become monotonous hearing it too much. It's so exciting when it
Thank
first
you,
comes
Katie.
in.
You're the best.
It's so exciting when it first comes in.
love
After a
having you
while,
here.
that excitement will fizzle if there's not some dynamic change a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm listening for. I'm going to back it up. It's short. I'm going to back it up to where it first comes in and see kind of how long it goes. That way, if and when, right, you do get an artist on here, there's a really clear structure for them to follow. Really, really clear structure for them to follow. So you're like 25 in, 24 in, it comes in. G minor here, so. So like here's like your full 16 bars that you've done on the intro. Here's where it needs a change. Now it's almost like if you started with a hook, it needs a verse to come in here, which would be like maybe just holding on the G minor for a bit with only that 808 under, like 808 and drums. Maybe pull the piano for a second and change the progression, like pull piano and synth, change the progression and change your sound design a little bit. At about 45 seconds, I think that's 16 bars in. That's kind of where it needs some dynamic shift a little bit, and I think it just kind of keeps going. Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, see how that piano structure stays all the way through there? So I would definitely find some moments. So if you
You
have,
guys can check the line at any point. It's at the link tree.
so you have this like G minor with like the seventh, right? So you have this like open structure right here, which I love, right? So the whole structure, and then it's like the 1/3. There we go. So on this little part right here, maybe even taking out the piano and changing the progression slightly to even stay on the G minor maybe. Whatever, you can find a different perspective on the progression to keep that same energy and stuff like that, but change the dynamic range just a little bit. Just because now that I'm like hearing it, that piano progression, that like bass line and like percussion structure is like 100% of the song, outside of like your intro, maybe outro. So you definitely need some dynamic shifts. That'd be the biggest thing that I would hone your attention on. I love the style. I love the energy behind the production structure, and I like your sound design a lot. Sound design feels so true. I like it a lot. But the progression does get monotonous after a while with that same kind of loop over the top. Love the sound design though, man. And you could even bring it back down to the, switch it like for a verse or a pre-hook. Go back to the D sharp major. So you could still keep like your main square sequence that you have over the top, that little square wave sequence that you have, and then change the progression from the, and you could switch it up to,
Peter, definitely got to read through the steps at the submission link.
yeah, please. Read through all the
That
steps.
won't get you on the live, and you definitely need to make sure to read through all the steps so you know how it works and what you're agreeing to.
Yep. So you could totally, yeah. And you want the easiest way, I tell people this all the time, in any genre of music. I don't care if it's like EDM, dubstep. I don't care if it's like rock, country, pop, drill, whatever. The easiest way to create dynamic range, PG's back. Got you, PG. You're up there.
What's up, PG?
The easiest way to create dynamic range is to bring it back down to bass, drums, and one lead element. And that could be chordal, could be like a piano or Rhodes or, a pad or something like that, or it could be a lead synth or something like that. But if you want to create dynamic range, so in this case where you've got the percussion, you've got the 808, you've got like 2 lead synths, you have the piano structure, and then hopefully a vocal structure over the top of it. Thank you for the follow. If you want to create a little bit more dynamic range, bring it down to just the bass and the drums and change the progression. That way you don't follow the same line, so it doesn't get monotonous. Bring it down to just bass and drums, and then replace the piano with something maybe a little bit different in the sound design that follows that same progression, right? But I think part of what will make it feel monotonous is the fact that you have the same piano, same drum, same bass all the way through, and it never really changes energy. The easiest way to create that dynamic range would be to just pull a bunch of elements away and change progression lightly, even if it's a similar progression. You can still create some dynamic range while keeping most of your same sound design. That's why like you can literally hear like take just like Paper Planes as an example. Just like with Paper Planes, going into the second verse, I did that exact thing, right? Where I have this big, I'll show you just as a quick example so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about, and you can hear how it impacts the dynamic range just really briefly. So I'll play the hook, or the end of the hook, and you'll hear I have like 2 or 3 different arpeggiators. I've got 2 synths underneath it. I've got a Moog bass, and I've got drums and all this other stuff. I strip everything away from the high end of the track. I filter down one of the synths and only have the Moog bass underneath. So it's drums, bass, and vocal over the top. And you'll see how it affects it, right? So you have all this stuff here, and then goes into the second, just you hear what I'm talking about.
Tell me, hey,
just bass and drums. So literally that whole verse, the way that I created dynamic range in a song like that is just drums and bass. It still feels full because there's vocal structure, there's reverbs, and there's filters and stuff like that. But it's really just drums and bass. It's a filtered synth. So that's my one lead element, filter synth, drums, and bass. And it feels dramatically different from the hooks, even though it's the same progression, same register of vocal, stuff like that, right? So that's how simply you can change the structure of the song and the dynamic range of the song with just like taking a couple things away. Take all of your lead synths away, change the piano, and eventually it feels like a different song, right? And change maybe even the progression slightly. All right, let me get into the last section here. What's up, Ryan? Because I love this change right here too. This is sick.
Right, I'm about to add you on Instagram, and then I'm gonna add you to our mod group.
This change in structure and the sweeps right here, I love so much. Like you might even want something like that to be a verse. You know what I mean? Like you might even like want that to go dun 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 dun, and then you bring it down to this, right? Like bring it down to this for like a verse where an artist can like move and flow a little bit, or maybe have like a 16 bar verse at a low level, and then on the other side of it, you can build up that energy again and then outro with it, right? You can find some ways just based on the sound design that you already have, but you already know Retrack. You are so incredibly, incredibly talented.
Because you're not clear when the 10 skips are going to be played, you just say to check. Do I need to come back at a certain time? Do I come back and keep checking? Do I need to come back at a certain time? Do I need to come back and keep checking? You keep checking. Like I know it's really hard. So everything is clearly laid out. All the instructions and the way that this works is on the website. And then we even have an FAQ section if you're still confused after reading all of that. And I completely understand English isn't everyone's first language, so I do want to respect that. If that is the case, what I recommend doing is selecting all of the instructions and then pasting it in Google Translate or whatever translator you like to use. And that should make it as easy as possible. But basically, the easiest rundown we can give you is that it kind of functions like a bid. So we'll take 10 to 15 tracks every single time we go live. You can skip to go quicker whenever you'd like. That's the way that it works. And we have the line laid out with exactly how many tracks we have left and everyone who's on the board. So you only sent 10. The minimum is 25 to go today, right? Or have you updated that? It's 25 if you still want to go today. But that doesn't mean you have to send that. It just means that if you don't send that amount, your credit is going to be saved. You won't be getting played today.
So I already have you saved.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, you're not getting played. But the reason why I'm saying it's up to you is you decide if that's the case. You decide if you want to meet the minimum. You decide if you want to skip past people.
But the reason we always say read through the steps is because we don't like to keep stopping the live during people's consultations just to say what's already on the line, or on the website.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very difficult to keep stopping the live like that. I hope you can understand and try to work with us here.
100%. Yeah, show some love to Retrack, man. Show some love to Retrack. Yeah, that's like when we open up the lines at first, those spots go quick. Because if you've been here longer than like a month or a couple months, those spots go really, really fast. Just because people skip quickly. We have a really valuable community here. People value it, the whole entire structure of what we're doing. So things tend to be really quiet. As an example,
definitely Retrack. I'd be happy to.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
100%. So yeah, we can dig into it. So the biggest thing I need you to focus on is just structure and dynamic range, Retrack. And I think you are going to be in the right spot. You're going to be in the right spot, 100%. Okay.
I want to see it on a desktop too, so if you don't mind pulling it up on there.
Got you.
Oh shit, look at your description here. That looks fire. Awesome job with the description, dude.
What's up, PG?
Were you done with your portion of the breakdown? Awesome. Oh, you're warm. The only thing I noticed, Retrack, right off the bat is to make sure that you put the @ symbol in front of the artist. So Metro Boomin, 40, Timbaland, like all those are really great references. I would just make sure to put the @ symbol before each one of them so that it hyperlinks them and makes them clickable, and that further helps with the algorithm for sure. But otherwise, man, I'm really, really, really proud of that description.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone go check out Retrack's Spotify. Make sure you follow.
Love it.
And make sure you check out that description because it's fire. Okay, cool. I like the banner that it's showing us on desktop. That banner is not showing up on the iPad, but I know that Spotify is just funky like that. I don't know why they be doing that, but you do still have a banner that shows up. It's the one of like, the copies of you at the beach and stuff like that. And that one's still cool.
That's what's like reflected in like the profile down here.
Yeah,
So
I don't know why it does that, but
it might not even be you. It's just.
I think it might be the way that they lay it out, but you could mess with it and just see if there's a way to get that photo as a banner on all. Oh, what is that? Getting a call. I'll just go ahead and cancel that. Advice about disco production.
It's a very general.
Some people be coming in here with some like really general questions, and it's like, whew, that would take the whole live, right? But definitely hang out. Feel free to hang out with us, David. We'd be absolutely happy to have you.
100%. 100%.
And then definitely join the Discord. We got all kinds of tools for you guys. 100%. Okay. But yeah, overall the Spotify is looking fantastic. You got your Instagram linked. Just if you have a Facebook, you could get that linked, but I don't it's like whatever with Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, I think
unless you're doing like live shows, you're a band, stuff like that, then I'm kind of like indifferent about Facebook.
Yeah. It's not where a lot of people are going to find new artists, right? But if you are a band, if you are performing, if you're a DJ doing events and stuff like that, it can be beneficial.
I personally don't really think that you need to Retrack. What I was going to say is, I'm sure we've already talked about this, and I am glancing at your link tree right now. It looks really good. In the future, I would want it to be laid out more like a website where you have all of your social platforms in little icons, and then you have, merch. If you ever get a website, you have your latest YouTube video, stuff like that at the top or in the prime real estate section of your link tree. But at least you have a link tree now.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. You're making progress, and I'm very excited about it.
100%. You're chipping away at it.
Any way we can help you, we're here. We love having you in our community, Retrack. You're so talented. You're so versatile. I'm just so excited for you to go to that next level, especially in the visual side of things. I think in your future, I don't know if we've already talked about this, but I think in your future, I need a website because I really don't like BeatStars. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't know if we've already talked about this, but that's what I was already going to mention. Was your next step is definitely a website.
Selling independently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like for if I'm already gonna be doing the marketing and all that stuff anyway, why am I gonna want to give somebody a cut? I'm gonna want 100% of my profits ideally, right?
Well,
So
and with BeatStars, they don't take a cut,
yeah, can we-
but
they don't. How do they get paid?
through fees, through like fees and taking a percentage on the purchasing side. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
But the problem with BeatStars is it's a race to the bottom. It's like what happened with a lot of like service companies,
it's
even
definitely
like
more professional to have your own website too, though.
even companies like what's the car renting company or whatever?
Turo?
Yeah, like Turo, right? Where it's like so many people are making
It's like
dark.
very saturated.
They're making so many dark trap beats, and so someone is doing it for $100, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, the only way I'm going to get anyone to listen to mine is if I make it $75, and then a whole bunch of, and there's however millions of beats on there now. And so race to the bottom. And so then you're trying to lease a beat for $20. You're trying to get, and then you're just not getting any sales because you're not promoting well on other platforms. And it's like, you might as well just own it all. You might as well just like have your stems in a zip ready to send out as a digital product when people purchase it and stuff like that. But BeatStar just got so, when you purchase, they have their taxes, right? So on the purchase side, you pay a fee and stuff like that. But on the beat side, it's okay. But
then
yeah,
maybe it's like BeatStars is good just as a bonus, but I feel like for the main thing, I would always want to go the most professional route,
Yeah.
which is having your own platform.
And it's like if everybody is finding you through your socials, you get to decide where you funnel. So if they find if you post a beat on TikTok and people love it, it goes viral or something, you get to decide, does it go to my website or does it go to a BeatStars
You
where they
always have
find
to
other
think
stuff?
too that like websites and stuff like that are the only thing that you 100% own. Right.
Mhm.
So there's definitely value in having websites. We don't recommend it so often on here because I feel like it can be very overwhelming for people. And they're not like at that point in their music career where they're ready to take it super serious. But it is definitely like the professional way to do things. And when we're working professionally with clients, that's what we have them do. We have a website person on our Obsidian Key team that builds out custom websites, stuff like that. So if you're ever interested, 100% recheck. I highly recommend. You are good enough to start marketing that you do all these different styles and stuff like that. So that would be the next step for sure.
And you'll see, I'm seeing a lot of people nowadays, to kind of bookend it. I see a lot of people nowadays that were selling on Splice, selling on BeatStars, doing stuff like that, and made decent money with it, and then decided they just wanted to sell independently, pulled all their stuff off of Splice, pulled all their stuff off of BeatStars, and just said, like, now I have some exposure. All I need is exposure. That's the missing piece. I'm not missing BeatStars people finding me on there because there's a billion people in there. It's missing exposure. So if you get exposure, you're just always going to get more traction and movement by being able to just own every step of the process. So I know a lot of like really high level producers that were doing stuff on Splice, and they said, I'd rather just sell a pack
You're
directly.
good enough to do that. 100% reject, no doubts. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, man, y'all show some love. Show some love, show some love. That is the family retrack. And let me make sure that I'm updated. So I think DT's still out. DT, just let me know. If you're in here, I'll just give it a second. And then if not, I know I've got
It
PG
just
Brown.
depends on how much you send, Kato.
Let me see. 5 left. So I'm going to update. I'm updating the line just as I do. Well, I'm updating things. So y'all, that's why I say keep it open, keep checking and stuff like that. Because I got to update.
Thank you guys for helping in the chat. It's very, very helpful. The most stressful thing and the thing that will like burn us out the most on this end is if we have to keep stopping the live and explaining things. It just gets really, really hard.
Okay, I've updated everything.
So we really appreciate you guys so much.
What I have. So let's see. Bowitz, I got you.
Okay, if it's 25, okay, so now it's 35 though, because
And then Bowitz is moving.
We are nearing the end of our live, so it gets harder and harder the further on in the live that we go.
So now we got 5 with this. Let me see. So for 5, I think that's still present. Okay, I have updated the board. DT,
Okay.
PG Brown, Bowitz, Raya, Katie, Stanky, and Kumi. I got you on there. Keto, I'll have you say,
So
or Kato.
yeah, make sure to pull up the line.
Yeah.
That will make it the easiest so you can see exactly what's happening and it's a visual for you to keep track of. I hope that makes sense, and I hope we're not, coming off too annoyed or anything. It's just overwhelming. So I hope you can understand. No worries at all, Kato. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We should be back actually tomorrow, guys, because this is going to be a unique week. Normally, we only go Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
But this week, we're going to be trying to go more often because we will be taking a week off to go visit some family and get some work done.
And
Hey, Joseph,
then
good to see you again. Thanks for being here.
PG. All right, PG, I got you. PG, hop in the chat. Let me know where you're at. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. There's PG, got you. All right, let's get it.
Exactly.
Let's keep it going.
It's my nephew's birthday. I'm very excited to see them. It's been a while, so.
All right, we got PG Brown in the building. This is One Stop Shop by Austin Schaefer, looks like. Give me all the, you know the deal, PG. Give me all the details. Talk to me about the structure. I know I think you're usually co-producing with Austin, right? You and Austin work together in the production. I'm assuming it's your vocals on it, but give me context, give me details. Let me know where this
Awesome.
track's at.
I don't know what PCB is off the top of my head, but the beach sounds really nice. I wish we were going on vacation. We're not going on vacation. It always ends up being kind of hectic when we go visit family, but it's something.
All right.
I'm excited to go to the beach at some point.
And if y'all want to learn more about what we do, of course, you can always go to my link tree and click on Track Talk Submission. There's all the details there. There's an FAQ. There's terms that you can read through to see what we do, the order of things, and all that good stuff. But let's get into it. This is One Stop Shop by...
Let's go, PG Brown.
All right, let's run it. Of course. Now, yeah, we did make the beat, also trying to do more sing songs. Perfect. I'll listen from that perspective as well for like edit points and stuff.
Touching my soul.
Oh gosh.
Holding you close.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bowids. I hope it's an easy fix.
Under the stars, it's
They're like
just you and
1,500.
me. I feel like I'm blind and you're all that I see. I feel your body, and I feel the spell you put on me. Your one-stop shop, babe. Just take off your top, babe. You can get on top, babe. I can hit it sideways.
Hey.
You drive me out my mind, babe.
Let's go, PG.
I ain't wasting no time, babe. I'ma take what's mine, babe.
It's a freaky song.
Yeah.
I feel your body, and I feel the spell you put on me. Touching my soul, whispers at night, holding you close.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, so you got it.
Under the stars,
Katie.
it's just you and me.
Sometimes I just really like to be stupid and I can't hold it in.
Yeah, PG's an amazing, amazing vocalist.
One time I was like, oh, you know, so-and-so's taking their clothes off. I mean, taking all of our clothes off with this vocal. I don't even know if it went over well because I feel like it got kind of
Because it's quiet on our end, so.
Exactly. We entertain ourselves at least.
Let's go. I like the format shift on the outro too. That's nice,
So
man.
nice.
Putting more clothes on.
So funny, Joseph.
Oh my god.
They're putting turtlenecks on. They're putting scarves on.
Protecting themselves like crazy. God.
I'm dead.
Let's go, man. Yo, PG Brown, this is
That
beautiful.
was nice.
Smooth as hell. Let's get into
I'm
it.
excited about that. I'm excited to hear that you're putting out more stuff and that you are aiming to do sync and stuff like that.
Yep.
PG, what would be the most helpful on the visual side of things, the marketing, the branding, all that kind of stuff? What would be the most helpful to go over? Do you have stuff on Spotify? And
sure.
then do you have a website? Yeah, I do remember. I feel like I haven't gotten to go over your stuff while I've been on this side of things, but I definitely remember you're an OG.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you from the chat for sure. Okay,
Is that your
cool. I have
profile?
your Spotify pulled up.
Enemy Zones Unwind. That's you, right? All right, let's run it back from the top, man. Let's
I
get
think
into
so,
it.
yeah.
Let's dive in. I'm excited, bro. This is your voice is always butter. So since you are focusing on sync, and that is something that you are wanting to delve more into, I'm gonna mainly focus on that structure. There's always things you can do, like polish parts of the structure of the mix and things like that as you like push the song forward a
Oh,
little
thank
bit.
you so much, Allison. I wish I made it, but no, I did not.
That'd be cool. Maybe when we have some time. Be fun.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
And I want to look for edit points and stuff like that. I want to kind of get into the nuance of the way you're structuring it, since you are structuring it for sync, and little things like that. So I'll look for edit points. We'll look for dynamic range, all the good stuff.
Strings or bee stings? I'm just kidding.
Touching my soul, whispers at night, holding you close, and it feels so right. Under the stars,
Such a good voice, man.
it's just you and me.
Unreleased.
I feel like I'm blind, and you're all that I see. I feel your body, and I feel the spell you put on me.
So I hear some build up layers in there that. See if your main melody. I do hear some other harmonies go in there. I would love to hear like the third note. It might be in there, it might be tucked way back. The third note harmony over the top of that lead vocal line when you get into that pre-hook, because that is a beautiful pre-hook. It's an amazing melody. I love the way that it flows, but I do feel like it. I'm missing a little bit of like the punch and like the focus that it could have. I'd be curious.
Okay.
Yeah. The gong and like stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering if it meant something that I just wasn't familiar with. That's cool. See, Lasta, no free line, but they are thorough consultations. If you're interested in what we do here, everything is at the link tree.
Yep. So what I think would be nice, you might already have it here, PG, but if not, it could be benefit. Again, these are stylistic, so you can feel free to do your thing. But when it comes to this line right here, so the immediately adding the third note harmony over that.
And you're all that I see.
Oh, yeah.
Let off,
I like that.
like and building out like that over the C major, right? So the whole and then add in the I think that's close to like the third harmony over the top, because over the minor it just adds such a beautiful bend to it that I think would sound amazing. So I need you in the studio with me. Would you let me ask this, because so I have an artist that I work with exclusively, where I do all the production, all the mix, all the stuff, and I'm songwriting with her as well. So like from start to finish, we're working on these songs that we're going to be pitching and stuff like that. One of the things I'm going to do with her is remote studio sessions. Is that something? I don't know. I don't know if that's valuable for people that I'm not working with closely. Would it be valuable for y'all to have like a vocal producer that is like on a Zoom call or connected in with the audio or something like that to like help guide vocal parts and stuff like that? I don't know if that's something that's like even interesting. I've just never offered that. I've never offered that. It is. I'll think about offering stuff like that, because I know a lot of people that go into studios, they pay a whole bunch of money for studio time, and then they come out with something that's not even finished because no one told them they needed something else. And that's where good tracking engineers happen. Laurent, what's up? Welcome in.
Hi, Laurent. Good to see you.
A good tracking engineer and a good vocal producer.
I like how you're like immediately just like absolutely just
He's like-
hopping in and absolutely.
Yes. Because
to
I mean,
see
I
you.
think a lot of people, they go in and they know there's a good mixing engineer when, they go in and they will make it sound good, but there's no one to say that this isn't where it needs to be at, right? There's no one to say that you need the low octave here and you should do a third note harmony that you pan here. So if that is something that would be interesting to y'all, maybe I'll think about offering some kind of a remote service where I could pipe into the audio and be on like a Zoom call or something, or almost like a mobile talk back where we could I could guide you through some vocal parts, because I think sometimes you pay for the studio time or you go and record with a producer or something like that, and then you know that the only way to fix it now, to do the idea that you have, is to go back into the studio, and that's like annoying. So if that is something that would be interesting, maybe I'll think about offering something like that. But all that being said, the third harmony.
What's going on, Riley? Let us know. I can't keep up. Just know you're a saint. Couldn't do it without you.
Those are honest and real. That's what on the real.
I need to pay you to get out to the studio. That'd be so cool, PG.
Real skill. You can submit it anytime. You can submit it anytime. The minimums and the track list are updated all the time. They're updated right now. Go to my link tree. Click on
Okay, just
track
play
talk.
my song.
Yeah,
Done. We're
yeah,
playing it next.
Done.
No,
You
kidding.
win. You win. You wore me down, man. You wore me down.
No, we're
You-
happy to have you here, though.
you are
Real
next.
skill. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, you can submit it anytime. Just follow the steps. Follow the steps, just
We only have-
like everyone.
We only have 4 tracks left
Yeah.
for today, guys, so keep that in mind. Make sure you check the line. No surprises, all right?
Yeah.
All the steps are laid out. The line's there. We got you.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, so PG, that third harmony to me, because it's such a specific pocket of the song that just builds so much energy, right? So if you have that high harmony, beautiful. Let's run.
Yo, one stop shop, babe. Just take off your top, babe. You can get on top, babe. Or I can hit it sideways. You drive me out my mind, babe. I ain't wasting no time, babe. I'ma take what's mine, babe.
Also, if you're not going to submit real skill, stop self-promoting, because otherwise you'll get muted. I don't want that to happen. I love that you're a part of the community. If you do want to submit a song and you just don't want to submit it here, you can go to our Discord, man. Please join the Discord. We're looking for more producers and artists and MCs and stuff like that. So join the Discord, and then we have a free community submission form there. So you can send it in for there if you want to.
We do also have a
Yeah.
promote channel, but we limit it, so you obviously can't spam it, but...
Yeah, I'm not putting anyone on the live, so I'm not going to bring you on to freestyle or anything like that. But if you want to submit it to the community, of course you can, or of course at any point you could submit here. Love to have you, man. Yeah, so hit that same one again there,
I'ma take what's mine, babe.
and then feel that the third harmony over the top, dude.
Like what?
Love the movement of the track, though. You got a good like pump here and some side chaining. You got a lot of cool things in the production structure that are happening too. You do offer really good dynamic range. So I think on the production side, you're doing so many things right. I think all that I'm kind of listening for, I'll mention one thing here once I get towards the end of the song, would be just the dynamic range of those melody structures, because I do feel like they make you feel it more. Your voice is amazing. That's never in question. Lyric structure is clean. Never in question. Vocal ability, never in question. But I think making you feel it, that's where some of those dynamic layers can really open up. So that's one thing that I'm looking for. Let me get to the end, and then I want to just like talk about edit points really quick.
Laurent, this is PG Brown right above you.
Yeah, PG Brown. Personal preference
Catchy.
too.
It's stuck in my head.
As soon, bro, you're dude, you got it. Dude, you've got it. I think it's just honestly even just like building your ear for those layers too, because I know you got the voice for this. Like, dude, it's literally not in question. As soon as
sure.
you finish the end of the song here, as soon as you do the formant shift vocal one time, I'd fade 7 to 8 seconds from there, right? So I would do your last lead vocal line with the formant shift down, last lead vocal line, formant shift down, and then over the next probably 7 to 8 seconds, fade out from there. That will also save you about 20 seconds in the song. Right? That just it's cutting the fat, right? It's especially if you're going to work with sync, you want to pitch this, you want it playlisted. Keeping the song under like 2.5 minutes is pretty ideal. 2.5 to 2:45 on the top end. 2.5 and below is probably a bit more ideal for maximum playlisting. And of course, if you're going to work with sync. Hey, what's up, Smooth Bro? Thank you for the heartbeat, man. Good to see you hop in.
Thank you for answering that, Ryan. So helpful.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the love.
What's
So,
up, J Smooth? Good to see you.
as soon as
Sending
you
love
hit
right
this-
back to you.
4.5 minute songs. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with long songs. I love me a good long song. You just have to know your intention behind it. You have to understand, like, what do I want out of this? Am I looking for playlisting? Am I looking for editorials? Am I wanting to get this placed in sync? What are the things that I can do to polish the structure of my music in order to point it in the right direction? I love me a good 6-minute song, but the odds of something like that getting placed are going to be fewer and far between, as opposed to someone who has a catalog of 50 songs that are 2.5 minutes that are polished for the structure that they're aiming their ambition towards, right? So I think it just comes down to your
Let me ask you
intention.
this, PG. If Torvik or anyone honestly were able to
Yep.
give you the exact parts like in a demo, like singing the parts that you would need to memorize and then sing, would that help? Like I think that
Mhm.
honestly is
Like a
probably
reference.
yeah, like that's probably all you would need. And then you could record it yourself.
And then let me hear this fade out here. So last performance shift, and then I'll do 7 to 8
Okay,
seconds.
okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's go last performance shift, fade directly from there.
Right. No, I totally get you, PG. Sometimes it's hard to find.
So let this play one more time, and then immediately, as soon as that hits, boom. Right there, that just saved you 22 seconds. As soon as the performance shift hits, there's no more new like beneficial vocal information. It's just vibe, and then the song ends. But then it goes for another 40 seconds. Right there, that takes you from a 2 minute. It's about 2:35, 2:35, kind of towards there. Brings you down to 2:09. That's like sharp, concise, man. So I'm more ear and to know what the 100%, man, 100%.
Exactly, same here. It's like I can definitely hear harmonies a lot of times, but getting it technically correct, I'll sometimes need Philip to hop on the piano and figure it
Yeah,
out.
100%. Yo, that was One Stop Shop by PG Brown and Austin Schaefer co-produced with Austin Schaefer. Those vocals that you're hearing are the
Awesome.
amazing
You guys
PG
killed it.
Brown. Beautiful, beautiful vocal structure. So good. I love what you're doing.
Your description on Spotify looks killer. Amazing job there. You have banners, so that's all good. What I will say about the description really quick is that you would ideally want to add, I don't know, I'm not seeing any artists right off the bat.
Hey, Macarena.
Hey, Macarena, I. Sorry, if you don't understand,
It's
if
a
it seems
Twitch.
like we're glitching out and it seems like we're responding to things that aren't there, it's the Twitch chat for sure. But I don't see any artist references that you know pull inspiration from and stuff like that. That can help algorithmically on Spotify and for SEO and stuff like that. So if you end up adding some artists into your description in the about section on your Spotify, just make sure you put the @ symbol so that it makes it clickable for the user side of things. That's just one little tip, but honestly, it looks really good. And I'm happy to see that you have a nice long description on there already. And honestly, I forgot that you were in Dallas. We're also in DFW, so really cool, PG. Let's
Are you still
see.
currently?
Let me double check your link tree.
Hey, thank you for the
Thanks, Classy Carl.
Classic
right? Or-
Ari, I think.
Oh, okay, Classic
you so much
Ari.
for the
Good
follow.
to see you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for the follow. Yeah. Where to put artist reference on Spotify? Boets, it would be in the description. So if you go to some of your bigger artists, most artists will have it laid out pretty well. Of course, if they're already big, they don't absolutely need to have it. But if they're smart, they still will utilize it because it's a feature that can still get them more monthlies. It's like, why would you not, you know? So you just kind of integrate it into your description in the about section.
Of course, yeah.
Hi, hello, how many in the queue? Actually, the line, the
Yeah.
line's right here,
Boom.
so that's ideal when you're on Twitch. Raya, you're the best. You're amazing. Take care of yourself too. I know that it gets very overstimulating and overwhelming sometimes, so definitely make sure you take care of yourself. Okay, I'm checking out your link tree right now, really quick, PG. You got chingos of icons up here for sure. So that's
Yeah,
good.
Raya's in both chats.
I always say to have you know, all of your platforms in the little icon, so that's good that you have that there. What I will say is ideally you would have like max, and this is still kind of a lot, but 8 links in your link tree as to not muddy it up or overwhelm, you know, anyone who is on the user side of things. If they come, you know, they come in contact or they find one of your platforms, they find you on one platform, you want to have your link tree as a one-stop shop, but you want it to be laid out as simply as possible as to not overwhelm. You basically want it to, without physically saying it, you want it to speak for you. Like you want it to be laid out so well that they already know what to do, if that makes sense. So basically that can all happen in the way that you lay it out. I always recommend putting like the highest priority stuff at the top, and then the stuff that you don't care about as much toward the bottom. So things towards the top, just examples would be like your latest release, and you know, the song I would have on a song link. You could do it through your distribution or whatever, where it puts it all on, you know, all the platforms are on one link, but it's not muddying up your link tree with like, go listen on Apple Music, go listen on Spotify, you know, all that. So you would have one link for that. Let's say you did. Oh, sorry. What did I say? That was confusing. Another thing, another example would be like if you put out a YouTube video, like putting your latest YouTube video towards the top and making sure that the preview option is turned on. Stuff like that. Merchandise would be towards the top. If you ever have an official website, that would be at the top for sure. Oh, okay. But yeah, so that's just an example of how you can lay it out.
I think it was blocked on TikTok. I think if you said something as an example, it blocked it, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That comment didn't come through. So all we saw was question mark, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. What'd I do?" But yeah, so let's see. So yeah, I would delete Pandora, iHeartRadio, Desert, all that, because that can just be in one link.
Right.
You know, like for instance, let's see, you could do listen to Cup of Tea, and then that would go to, oh yeah, you already have it like that. Perfect. Honestly, the way you have it laid out is great. I would just say only promote like max of 2 songs at a time, and just make it like whatever 2 you feel like are your top priority. But don't put more than that, because then it's just overwhelming. Allow people to naturally and organically find your other music through the one song that you plugged or whatever, you know. And then let's see, you got a pre-save. So yeah, the pre-save would also count as one song. So it's like I'd do max 1 pre-save, max 1 other song you want to promote, you know. And then let's see. Yeah, no. I think that's pretty much it, honestly. It looks pretty good. Contact for inquiries. Yeah, contact form can be towards the top for sure.
Hell yeah.
Let me make sure the music video thing. Let me double check your YouTube really quick, and then we'll be done. Hell yeah, 14,855 views on one of your YouTube videos.
Dude.
That's awesome.
Come on.
Okay, so YouTube is a big one. You definitely want it to be laid out similarly to Spotify, where they like longer descriptions as well. A lot of people don't know that, but they do about 1,000 character limit. Spotify is 1,500, so that's the only, or is it 1,000 and 1,500? Or it might be like 14 and 1,500.
It's 1,000 and 1,500.
Okay, 1,000 character limit on YouTube. So honestly, that's a lot to work with. I say take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because it helps with SEO. You know, it helps hopefully people find you if it's laid out well and has a decent amount of keywords. The other thing is you want to make sure to get all of your platforms linked on YouTube as well, and make sure you get a banner photo, stuff like that. That's why I say it's laid out very similarly to Spotify for sure. Yeah, okay, I think I remember that. It is 1,000 on YouTube. And
I
then,
got you.
And then 1,500 on Spotify. No worries at all. Can
Absolutely,
you know that you will always be saved 100%. And
always got you.
it is nice that we will be going live more often this week, guys. Hey, thank you so much,
Ari,
Classic
thank you
Ari.
for the sub. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that a lot.
But we will be going live more frequently this week, guys. So
yeah, so we'll be on tomorrow probably.
Yeah.
Typically speaking, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but this week it'll be a little bit more random. Thank you so much.
People Google me at PG Brown.
I was just telling them to look them up.
Oh yeah, okay, sounds good. Yeah, so PG, those are just a few notes that I have that you can like refine some little things, but overall, you're killing it. The music is really good.
100%. Man, y'all show some love to the family. PG's one of the OGs.
Thanks for
incredible
being here,
writer,
Ari.
incredible artist. I'm so excited to see where you go with your music, man. I think your intuition for your melodies and your production structures are fantastic. It's like a little bit of like vocal production and polish and just energy when it comes to those things, man. But you're absolutely crushing it. Y'all give it up one more time. All right, I think as of right now, the list is updated, as y'all know, especially if you have read through all the steps and all the details. The line is modular, it does move around a little bit. So things change as we go. So we always encourage y'all to check the line and keep the line open on Twitch or YouTube. The line's always up on Twitch and YouTube. Keep it open. That way you can always see where you're at, where the minimums are, how many tracks we have left and stuff like that. Quick check in from DT, just seeing if he's back in yet, because it's been a little while. If not, I just want to make sure Boetz is in here too. Boetz, I see you right here, so I know you're in here. So let me go and pull up your track too, and then we'll get into these last couple songs. Let me see if it might be under a different name. Do you happen to remember the name that it's under, Boetz? I searched that up and it didn't come up in the email. Oh wait. No, yeah, nothing comes up in the email. Let me see. Let me check spam. No spam. What's up, Slim? What's up, man? How you feeling today? RJ, what's up? Valve, what's up?
Shout out, Slim. What's up?
We transfer. Let me see.
Yeah, it's in my head.
Let me see. Got you. Okay, let me get this. It says it's expired. The one that you sent me says it's expired already.
Oh man.
Would you mind? It's just weird because you sent it.
Something went wrong.
Ah,
Please try again.
What the fuck?
freaking me out. Siri always randomly goes off by herself. She freaks me out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we got 4 tracks left. Top 4 on the list will go.
Slim, here for mom. I'm weak.
Let me see. Okay,
Good
give
to
me
see
a
you.
sec. Oh, got you. Okay, got you. There's a different one here. There's only one that came up when I searched it. So give me a sec. Let me download this. All right.
I'm feeling it out before I submit a track. I want to make sure I have enough time since there's already a queue. Right on, I'll check it. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, no worries at all.
All right. Got you. Let's get it downloaded. All right. This is Norwegian, right? I'm excited. Yeah, I got you, Bo. It's right here. So this is Don's Med Meg, right? Let me know if I'm saying that correctly. I do want to make sure that I say it correctly. By Bo, it's right here in the chat. Give me all of the details. It's a demo. I'm excited for this demo. Talk to me about your role in this track from Dance With Me. Okay, beautiful.
Cool.
Your role in the track as far as production, instrumentation, as far as the mix and stuff like that goes, made it today. Beautiful. Let's get into it. Yeah, any details that you have, let us know. Anywhere we can find you, whether Spotify or any other platforms, let me know. We've had a couple. I can't remember if it is or not. You might be thinking of the Strings Live artist.
Byen våkner, jeg ser at tåken letter, solen varmer.
This is another one from you, right? Because you're from Strings Live, if I'm remembering that correctly.
I think we did get to hear one from you last week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That went solo, right? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
So if that's who you're thinking of, retrack, then yes, it is the same artist. All right, let me run it back.
Cool.
I'm excited. Perfect.
Byen våkner, jeg ser at tåken letter, solen varmer, for stille sommernetter. Og når jeg ser deg, får meg til tenke på i går, tar meg
Love that bass.
tilbake. Kom og dans med meg, la oss glemme tid og sted,
Thank you, Raya. So sweet. We
under
love you.
stjernehimmelen. Bare du og jeg. Fjerne minner, ikke som det en gang var. De forsvinner.
Ready for a demo, man.
Vi vet at livet gir og tar, men når jeg ser deg, Føles som om det var igår. Ta
Yeah,
meg
retrack.
tilbake. Kom og dans med meg.
I know retrack.
La oss glemme
Exactly.
tid og sted.
Great sync edit point there too.
Under stjernehimmelen. Bare du og jeg.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Øyeblikk av
Three left.
evighet. Men når jeg ser deg, føles som om det var igår. Ta meg tilbake. Kom og dans med meg. Men når jeg ser deg, føles som om det var igår. Ta meg tilbake. Tilbake 20 år. 20 år. 20
What was your role in the production of this too? This is beautiful, man. Especially for a demo. This sounds great.
Yeah, your demos are
Kom og
impressive.
dans med meg. La oss glemme tid og sted. La oss glemme under stjernehimmelen. Under stjernehimmelen.
Yeah, I love that voice.
Et øyeblikk av
That's beautiful.
evighet. Men når jeg ser deg,
Great
føles
dynamic
som om
range.
det var igår. Ta meg tilbake. Kom og dans med meg. Men når jeg ser deg, føles som om det var igår. Ta meg tilbake. Tilbake 20 år.
Let's go. Let's go. Yo, show some love. What dog do I use, Elliot? Is that what you're asking? Show some love. That was Don's Meg. Dance with me. Beautiful, beautiful structure. Yeah, this is a demo. That's what's so beautiful about this is it's a fantastic structure, and that is literally just a demo. This has not been finalized or mixed yet, so I cannot wait for that to happen because there are some polished things that need to happen, even just in the manual tuning structure where you feel the dips and the vocal that we'll get into here in just a little bit. But dude,
Incredible for a demo,
So-
though, especially.
do you ever listen to The Strike, Boets? Have you ever heard of The Strike? If you haven't, I'm putting you on right now.
And then, Michaela, let us know what you're confused about. The line is available at the link tree, though, and there is 3 tracks left.
Yeah. If you have not heard about him, I'm going to show you something really quick. I think you'll just you haven't. Okay, so I'm going to show you something really quick just because I think when it comes to this like 80s production structure, this analog synthesis, this really like acoustic analog sound that you have, I feel like you would really enjoy what they do. What the heck is going on? Spotify's weird. Every time I
So
open
the
it-
line is at the link tree, so you can see it anytime. We
Hey, thank you
recommend
for the
keeping it up.
follow.
What's up, Tavo? I thought you were already following on Twitch.
There we go.
But yeah, so 15 definitely wouldn't get played today, but it's always saved. So that's the thing. If you
Yep.
don't want to jump forward, that's totally okay. We will always save your credit. You can just jump in anytime and let us know.
Yep. All right, so I just want to show you this
Shout out to the
song.
mods today, though, guys. Y'all are so helpful. We
No,
really
Joseph,
appreciate
right
it.
now it's 35. And it just depends on coming. If 5 people come in a second and send 45, then
Yeah,
that
because we only
changes
got
really
3 tracks
quickly,
left,
right?
so
Yeah.
obviously it gets harder and harder.
Yeah. But I'll show you just the beginning of this song because I feel like you'll appreciate the production structure, Boets. I think they would be a great reference for you in what you're doing stylistically.
Hey, just follow on all your accounts, bro. Thanks.
Yeah, okay, nice. All right, I'll just
Okay, sounds good, Joseph. No worries at all. Just don't want to mislead anyone. You know how people get.
so I just wanted to show you. Their production structure, because I feel like you can learn a lot from just the way that they structure their mixes. They're
Yeah,
very-
and maybe tag them, honestly,
yeah,
in your
yeah. They're
about.
they're small. They only have 350,000. That's small for but they're a big touring band right now. Like they're touring all the time, all the way across like internationally and stuff now. But they only have 350,000. But I think listen to the softness. They have the same punchy power analog stuff that you're using or emulated stuff that you're using, but everything's very like soft and smooth. It's so easy to listen to. I can blast this music and it doesn't matter. And that's what you want. You want people to be able to crank your music without running into any hindrances in the listening process. But their mix is really, really well done.
I'll just lead it into the hook and then we'll switch back. Yeah, absolutely. Lamonte, 100%. Yeah, the strike. So you can just hear kind of the softness in the mix structure. That's something, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing too. You have an early demo and it is like, it sounds beautiful already and it's not even fully mixed. So I would give yourself good mix references like that. That's something that I do every once in a while too. I don't reference a ton. I don't like behold myself to every reference and things like that, but sometimes it'll just check. I'll be like, what's really good to listen to? Like what's a mix that I heard in a song that just makes it really, really easy for me to tap into it and turn it up
Very
without any
helpful tool, yeah.
limitations. And so even like comparing that, right, to how kind of like sharp and punchy things. It's a different song, it's a different structure, but it's something you can pay attention to of like how loud could I turn this up before it starts to hurt a little bit, right? But I'm loving your production structure. So let's get into the song. I just wanted to show you that because I think it would be a good reference for you. I think it's something that could definitely give you some like North Stars when it comes to your productions and your mixes of like a really good like 80s synth pop structure that I think you could relate to.
La oss glemme tid og sted. Under skærmene
I was gonna say,
Yes. Yep, 100%. 100%. 1975 all the way. Yeah, if you listen to like The Strike, The Midnight, 1975, so on and so on, then you're on the right track. As far as reference.
Fjerne minner.
Depends on what you want and what interface you like.
De forsvinner. Vi vet at livet gir og tar, men når jeg ser det, føles.
Love the muted guitars. So like even like when it comes to again, this is unmixed. This is a demo. Sounds fantastic for a demo. I would chorus up get a nice like Bucket Brigade chorus on there. Or even like I have, you can't see it, and I don't think. Oops, sorry.
bro's excited to grab his little pedal here.
I will tell you one of my secret weapons now. I just got this recently. Is this. So y'all know I have the Juno 106 back here that has this, but I just got this, and this is essentially the Juno chorus circuit for guitar. So it does have stereo output, so I can technically with any of my synths or any of my guitars apply the Juno circuitry, like that Juno chorus that's so beautiful that you love so much. Something like this, like a Bucket Brigade, or like this June 60 right here, it's like $50, super cheap. Something like that on the guitar, just to give it that extra texture, I think it would sound beautiful. Because right now everything's, again, as a demo, gorgeous, is very dry. So I think having that little bit of extra texture and movement and modulation that a really nice chorus like a Studio D or like a June 60 like this would apply, I think would be beautiful. It's great on guitars. It's also good on synths and stuff, but I've been using it for guitar to kind of basically take the synth and make it a guitar. Yeah, you can use it live, 100%. I mean, yeah, it's literally just a guitar pedal, just like any of my other guitar pedals. And so you can choose which circuit. So you have the one circuit, the two circuit, or both circuits at the same time to get a little bit of a faster modulation. And then you just tap on and off just like any other guitar pedal. Just put it in your line like you would any other like Boss pedal or any other guitar pedal, and it'll hold up. And it just offers that specifically 80s chorus tone that I think is so true to your sound and some of the sounds that you're emulating. I would go for $50, $60. It's like you can't beat it, right? There's a lot of other chorus pedals. Now there's no adjustments. You know, there's oh yeah, you can see it over there. Yeah, this pedal right here. There's no adjustments on it. So if you want a chorus where you can change the speed and the depth and the modulations and stuff like that, then that's not what this is. It's very specific to the Juno chorus, but it is fantastic sounding. I'm in love with it. It's so fun. All right.
Nice, Ari.
Yeah. I love it. It sounds so good. I was shocked at how cheap it was. And I would love, so there's some beautiful.
Such a nice jam.
I think it's
love
in
it.
B major, right? Yeah, E, G sharp to the F sharp there. So on that progression, you have a counter melody that comes in after the vocal. I would love for that to push forward a little bit, just because you do have a longer gap there where the energy could flow just a little bit. It could drop just a little bit. So it would be nice to be able to pick up that energy again with your counter melody. Let me back it up a little bit here. In the background, the little kind of brassy, kind of Jupiter Juno style synth in the background there. I love it. It sounds so cool. I won't even mind if you push that forward or automate it forward a little bit on that. You can ride the fader on instruments like that too. Filler guitar lines, counter melodies, and your synths. Ride the fader a little bit, automate your levels there. That way when you, and again, demo, I get it. As you get into the lead or get into the main mix on the song, I would ride the faders there a little bit to create a little bit more impact on those counter melodies, since you do have a longer gap there of like 4 to 8 bars, depending on your BPM
Right, yeah,
count.
that's exactly why I like them. I'm like, ooh, some ASMR tools.
All right, I was like, okay, well now I can convince her to let me get more pedals, so she can play with the buttons on it. All right, let's keep it going. Oh, I love. It's one of my favorite. It's those little nuanced things that to me make a song what it is. I love those little details. So definitely allow those to be a secondary part of that hook right there. Yeah, there's some manual tuning things in there. I'm not even going to touch that because I already know that needs to happen. It's just still in demo phase. So I just want to talk mainly about the structural things, like making sure that those levels are heard, that your guitars have kind of that aren't too dry, right, as you get a little bit deeper into the mix. But I love the structure of this. I think it's fantastic, Bo. It's really, really nice. Let me get into the last hook. This sounds so good, man. So good. And you have an amazing voice too. Got you, Michaela. Layers are beautiful. Yeah, on that.
No worries at all, DT.
Yeah, on that little high melody right there. Push that forward a little bit. That brassy texture, gorgeous, dude. No worries, D, I got you up there. I love that.
Yeah, you'll still go today, DT. As of now.
Dude, I can't wait for you to dig a little bit deeper into the structure of this mix here.
Right, Retrack, it's so good.
It's such a good
Boets
structure.
is so good.
It's catchy, and again, I don't even know all the things that you're saying, but it is catchy. It is structured beautifully. Your voice is amazing. The sound design is authentic. It feels good. So that's all of the things that I'm kind of listening for, is making sure those kind of melodies are heard so you don't lose energy, making sure the guitars don't feel too dry, especially the filler background, higher guitar like picking patterns that you have, that they're chorused and reverb. We get a nice like plate reverb and a chorus on there, whether it's like this or something in the DAW is fine too, right? I also love the Studio D chorus by Roland. It's also fantastic for guitars, especially 80s style guitars. But that's some of those things like that I think will just fill out the structure of the music, make it feel alive, make it super vibrant, so that you don't have to rely on every single vocal line to like fill the gaps, right? I can't wait, Boets. You're so incredibly talented. Y'all give it up one time for the family. Going solo and making it happen.
I'm
love
excited.
to see it. I love to see it.
We just went over Boet's branding and all that last week. But of course, Boets, you know where to find us. If you ever have any specific questions or you need any help throughout your journey, we are here for you 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. We love you so much. Amazing job. I love this. I'm a fan. Like, I really like the Midnight and the Strike just because I love 80s sound design. And they've been kind of bringing, 1975 too, but like kind of
Under
bringing that
pressure,
era
dun, 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 dun.
to life. And so I'm absolutely loving the direction that you're going, because this is very different. This is very different from what Strings Live was doing, which is a bit more indie folk.
Big love, Boets.
And this just feels like you're running with your vision for your artistry.
Very, very, very talented.
Makes me very happy.
And
Very, very
so like relevant to today, like,
Oh, 100%.
like we're talking about. It's
Yeah.
like it's just such a big moment. I could genuinely see you making Norwegian more international.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
100%. Because if that was placed, it could take off just because of the vibe and the feeling. And even with people that don't understand the language. I mean, it happens with international songs all the time. You know, there's artists that people just like the feel and the vibe of the song. They have no idea what they're saying. All right, what's up, Kason? Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, let's keep it going. We've got, so DT, you're back. You're back. I thought I saw your name pop up a second ago. If you are, let me get you pulled up.
When y'all's names are obvious songs, I can't help but get the song in my head.
All right, let's go. We got DT in the building. So as of right now, y'all, we have this
Let's
song.
go, DT. I'm so excited.
We got this song and 2 more songs after it. Currently speaking, that's Michaela and
Man,
Raya.
we've missed DT. If y'all are not familiar, he is OG.
I'm saying. It's so good to have DT
DT is
here.
family.
Let's pull it up.
And you know what we do for our family.
Let's run it.
We unalive.
Dude,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. All right.
I just have to, I don't know. I have to get creative for TikTok, of course.
Dude, I mean, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say
it's a great idea. You might as well just do anything and everything you possibly can.
Yep, 100%. This is called I'm Struggling based on true events, unfortunately.
Well, then we're going to relate.
Yeah, get me crying over here, bro.
We're probably all going to relate to this.
Unfortunately and fortunately. So glad to have you back, DT. You know the deal. Any peripheral details you have on what you're doing with this track, where you got it, where you're at with it, let me know. And also let me know too, like where you're at with like releasing your own music, right?
That's what I was going to ask, is let us know what your goals are as far as distribution goes. If you're still kind of just building up that catalog and aren't really ready to release and stuff like that, but it will let us know, you know, what value to offer basically.
And then, okay, so already I think I got 10 from you. I just double checked my notifications a second ago. I think I got 10 for you. Here is the line and the minimums and everything right here that we try to update over the course of the live. So just let me know if you want me to save that for tomorrow's live, or if you want me to, if you want to add to that to boost yourself forward. I do need to update the order now since we have our 2 left.
Yeah, so just make sure to check all of the info out at the submission form.
Thank you so much.
For sure.
All right, let's get into it. This is I'm Struggling by DT.
Oh, Zach, thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
Just let it be. Why don't you be you? And now be me. Everything that's broke.
Sure, I feel that.
Leave it to the
Yeah, sounds good, DT.
Why don't you be you? And now be me.
Updated minimums too, y'all.
Don't wanna let you go, but I gotta let it be. 'Cause you're moving on.
That voice.
Right in front of me.
DT's taking all our clothes off, guys. Some buttery vocals.
We're struggling, we're crying, we're naked. It's crazy. It's a crazy time.
Our love went wrong.
I'm dead.
I'm struggling.
Dude, you're so good, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm barely making it through. I don't know what to do. Wasting my time at the bar, wish I was chilling with you. Whenever I get back home, feeling more alone. Everything around me reminds me that I'm on my own. I fall asleep to escape reality. But that don't help me, 'cause I see you in my dreams. I wake up and the cycle's on repeat. This shit is killing me. Trying to fit your hand inside of mine, but I guess it just don't belong. There's no force on earth can make it feel right.
Hey.
Don't wanna let you go, but I gotta let it be.
That was a Rihanna song, right? What was that?
This, well, I think it's the same place. Right?
No, not the background music.
I'm
That
trying
reference.
to be strong, but I feel
I couldn't
so
hear you, not gonna lie.
weak since our love went wrong. I'm struggling.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
James
what
Bay,
it is.
not
Yeah,
James
yeah,
Bay,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm struggling. Beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. So I guess however it works out is for the best. But it don't feel like it though, since I'm hurting, need ibuprofen. Fuck it, get a higher dose because I'm trying to numb the pain. Go grab
Layers
that
are
whiskey
beautiful.
bottle, will it help you? Hell if I know. But for tonight, this liquor running through my veins. No, I ain't trying to remember it, 'cause I only can reminisce. All these thoughts about what we had is running through my brain. So just let it be.
Yeah, the background music is Ed Sheeran for sure. James Bay was what I was thinking of. Or wait, no,
This is
it's James Bay. It's
Yeah.
all James Bay.
Yeah.
And that reference that you made in the middle was also from it.
Yeah, that's the bridge.
I love that, DT. Let's go.
Dude, let's go. Yo, show some love.
I'm
Show
over
some
here
love. Show some
thinking
love.
it's like Unfaithful by Rihanna. I don't fucking know, but that was sick. I love
Is that
that.
bitch better have my money in the background
No,
of this song?
Ryan, now, dude, you get it because it's very
No,
hard.
we
On,
can-
on this side of things, I'm like, for the love of God, bro. Like, get your shit together and read.
Well, especially when you spend like 3 weeks building out everything on the website and then no one pays attention. And you're just like,
damn.
fuck. All right, man, let's get into it. DT, let's run it back.
That
And
was
let's
sick.
dive
I
into
really
it.
liked it. Dude, I was obsessed with that song. Honestly, James Bay is really talented. That whole album was really good.
Yep.
I
Yep.
think he started touring again and stuff, right? He's making new stuff. I haven't listened. I haven't kept up, but he's really good.
And Jake, I just got the 10 from you. We always make sure to tell everybody to please go check the line, check the minimums and everything before you submit and read through all the details. Right now, that wouldn't get you heard today, so I can save it for tomorrow's live, or if you want to add to it, you could, of course, skip, but that's up to you. But please check the line, check the minimums and orders before y'all submit.
For sure. No worries. Welcome in.
100%.
Happy to have you. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe if this is your first time.
Let's get into it. This is I'm Struggling by DT, one of the family. Dude, we love you so much. It's so good to see your name just pop up in the chat, man. I'm excited to dive into this song. Your voice is butter, always has been. Your writing is great. So let's get into it. Let's talk about some nuanced things. I just love that you're back having this outlet creatively. It's so important to have, man.
And I'm just reminded of how talented you are, honestly.
Yep. 100%.
Like
man.
whenever you are ready to go full force, you come to us and you're like, guys, it's time.
time.
We fucking got your back. You
To
know
the
we got you.
moon.
We're getting your brand in order. We're getting all your platforms pristine. You're gonna be pro.
Yep, we got you, man. All right, let's get it.
So come on, let it go. Just let it be.
I will say, I'm going to start it over. I will say from a very, very practical standpoint, it has nothing to do with the quality of the song or the structure or anything like that. This will be very difficult for you to release because, of course, these long form unedited parts of the lyric structure can't be released to platforms or it'll get demonetized or diverged to who owns the copyrights for it. So that's just something to keep in mind. Anytime you hear a major like placement of something like this, it costs a whole lot of money. I even know an engineer that worked with an artist that had like a random song that they put in the background, and it was just some like not even that big of an artist. It wasn't like a huge artist, but it cost him $100,000 just to get clearance for the sample.
This might
in the
just
song.
be a for fun
So-
though thing too.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you might be able to release it, and it is what it is, right? Like, especially if it's a leased beat, it might be fine. You know what I mean? Odds are they're not gonna no one's gonna sue anyone at the level that most of us are at, right? No one's getting sued. No one's gonna get messed up in that way, right? Because it's not worth it. They're not gonna get anything from you. You're not getting any streams that they need to divide over, right? So when it comes to something
At the
like
same
this,
time, it's like kind of counterintuitive because we want you to be successful.
right. So usually what happens with stuff like this is if it does take off and your song goes viral or whatever happens, right, and it is attached to the song, you might get some calls at that point, but at the same time,
Oh yeah, no
if-
worries at all. We wouldn't know the difference, but either way, happy to have you as a part of the Vibe Tribe. We do have a Discord where you can submit your music in and all that fun stuff. So check out some of what we got.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, so what I would do is honestly, if you like what you're doing and you do feel like you want to release it, I wouldn't be too worried about it because odds are nothing's gonna happen because unless you're getting a crazy amount of movement for it, right, off a lease or like a cheap BeatStars exclusive or something like that. That was to the yeah, 100%. So I would just ignore it if you want to, but there is potential that the reason why I just even say it at all, whether or not it's just a fun song to make or anything like that, is in the case that for whatever reason it gets flagged and something wrong happens with your distribution. That's the only time that I'd be careful with things like that is if you do get flagged and
I mean, you can release it as a remix on YouTube, right? Or is
yeah,
it kind of same
you
thing?
could put it on you. It might even get demonetized on YouTube, but if it's just
But
a
at
method
least
for you
it's like
to
out
build
there.
exposure.
That and
Yeah.
SoundCloud,
What's up, cool? Good to see you, bro.
right? YouTube
Yeah,
and SoundCloud.
YouTube
would
and
be good
SoundCloud
options.
might be demonetized, but at least you can get some exposure from it.
Yeah.
But I'll just be aware of stuff like I think the more that you're just aware, thank you for the roses, cool. It's good to see you, bro. The more that you're aware of how these things work, the more you can make choices, be like, hey, this is a dope beat, but it's not worth the headache. Or this, and find something similar, right? But I also know that the foundation of this song, is that hook, right? 100%.
So come on, let it go. Just let it be.
What's funny enough is I think it's the same progression backwards. That's how they kind of got away with it, because I think it's actually normally. Don't let it go, just let it be. I think it's like that progression but backwards. So they just like flipped. They flipped the progression on the guitar to kind of get away with it. Yeah, exactly. And I did the same thing where I recreated an old Kate Bush song, and it got, I don't know, 1,200 views or something like that on YouTube. It got demonetized, but I don't care. It wasn't monetized anyways. So,
yeah, we can't monetize our channel yet anyway.
well, yeah, anytime y'all send us a
but either way,
a
even in the
release song,
future.
yeah.
Don't wanna let you go, but I gotta let it be.
So sweet.
'Cause you're moving
Thank you, Ryan. More coming. Probably in the next day or two. Got one more.
I'm trying to be strong, but I feel so.
That high octave layer, chef's kiss.
I'm not used to getting
beautiful.
DT's music in here, and I'm like, oh man, this sounds like DT. And I'm like,
Dude,
wait, it is DT.
I know, man.
I'm so happy to have you.
it sounds
Seriously,
so
I know we
good.
keep saying it, but it's just not the same when you're not here.
Really, really nice.
Right in front of me, I'm trying to be strong, but I feel so weak since our love went wrong.
Just listening to this longingly, like, man, I wish DT was here. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm barely making it through. I don't know what to do. Wasting my time at the bar, wish I was chilling with you. Whenever I get back home, feeling more alone. Everything around me reminds me that I'm on my own. I fall asleep to escape reality, but that don't help me cause I see you in my dreams.
I'm so glad, bro. It's so good to have you here, man.
Yeah, we love you so much,
Shit is
DT.
killing me. Trying to fit your hand inside of mine.
So that's the bridge right there. That was over like the 2 minor progression. That's like a different part.
But I guess it just don't belong. There's no force on earth can make it feel right.
Or sometimes people donate, right? That too. If a 10 can't get heard.
Cause you're moving on right in front of me.
The lyric structure, is really nice. Like the way that you're kind of changing perspective throughout the song too. Like this last line of because you're moving on in front of me. Like the idea of like through social media and through your friends and through like whatever, like through like your circle, seeing someone move on is like such an impossible thing to dissect emotionally. So I love the way that you're actually like shifting perspective in the song and switching up, keeping the same, like honoring the same melodies and stuff like that. But that's such a like a brutal lyric that I know so many people can relate to, man. So many people. So
We're all crying into club.
I know, bro. It's like there's some really, really good, really relatable lyric structures in here that I love that you have.
Don't wanna let you go, but I gotta let it be. Cause you're moving on right in front of me. I'm
In the
trying
club,
to be
we all fan.
strong, but I feel so weak since our love went. Cause you're moving
No, but that meme that's like, why am I crying in the club? I love it so much, dude.
right in front of me.
I'll put it in our mod chat.
I want to hear this transition.
Trying to be strong, but I feel so weak.
So one thing that I'm kind of listening for is, man, oh, you got such a good voice. It's buttery, it's smooth. I love it so much. One thing that I think would be interesting to hear is following the transitions of the beat a little bit more here. So like even in what's up, one more step? Even on this little section here, there's like a really intentional like beat drop where they like cut and then ship-a-doom, they kind of come like right back into it. What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
Hey, one more step. Good to see you.
And then
Congratulations on the release, right? You had a release recently.
Comes right back
With
into
that
the
really good song.
beat structure and that part right there. Finding a way to like amplify that so it doesn't just feel like your amazing, fantastic vocal doesn't just like continue through the beat. That's where sometimes the beat and the vocal will feel separate, right? Let's go, DT. Let's go. That makes me so happy. Makes me very happy. So yeah, that's where you'll hear like a 2-track from YouTube or BeatStars and a fantastic vocal, but they don't quite mesh. Now you're doing a great job of following melodies, so that is feeling so much more cohesive. That like because you're already following the melodies of the original and some of the backgrounds there. Beautiful job there. But I think if you can even closer even closer, like amplify those moments of transition, I think you'll be in a good spot. Let me hear
Okay,
it again.
got you. One more step.
Okay, killer.
Cause you're moving on right in front of me. I'm trying to be strong, but I feel so weak.
I like that, but
Since our love went wrong.
Let me hear that one more time real quick.
He's like, basically, shut up.
Be strong, but I feel so weak. Since our love went wrong, I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm struggling. Beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success. So I guess however it works out is for the best. But it don't feel like it though, since I'm hurting, need ibuprofen. Fuck it, get a higher dose because I'm trying to numb the pain. Go grab that whiskey bottle.
Dude, you've improved on your
Dang.
your melody structure so much, man.
It's probably
Your
like the best song I've ever heard from you.
Your stacks are so much cleaner, dude. Props to you. All the props to you, man. Your vocal stacks have like, dude, they're wildly different.
I'm so
By the way,
excited
it
for
helps
the
you hell
future.
if I know. But for tonight, this liquor running through my veins. No, I ain't trying to remember it, cause I only can reminisce. All these thoughts about what we had is running through my brain. So just let it
Love, dude. It's love. Okay, let me listen for one other thing real quick. I'm gonna jump around.
Yeah. Don't wanna let you go.
Raya, I do
but
remember
gotta
you saying you went through a breakup too. That was really
Cause you're
hard.
moving on right in front of me. I'm trying to.
So, okay, so that's the little pocket that I'm listening for. Now on your verses, I don't mind a little bit more space, right? So I would like have one ad lib probably, since the beat is so simple. It's like 808 drums and guitar. That's
I
like
remember that when we first met you, Raya.
kind of the
I don't
whole
remember
thing.
the details, but
It would be nice to have like one ad lib after the right in front of me, right? That little pocket
thank
right
you.
there.
I try.
But I gotta let it be.
Just so the hook has a little bit more movement to it.
Moving on right in front of me. I'm trying to be
Like that
strong.
little like blended melody at the end right there, and then maybe at the end of like the last line of the hook, just keeps like the energy and the movement of the hook going so that it doesn't die too much. Since there's still
we're both obsessed.
yeah, they're phenomenal, Ari. If you ever get a chance to hear them
Compared
sometime,
to these bullshits that I'm
you-
wearing right now.
you will be addicted. They're
Just kidding.
fantastic. So
These are
yeah.
great for like tracking and stuff, but using them for the live is not ideal.
Yeah, I think if you can maintain more of the energy on the hook by filling in just a little bit more, and then on your verses you can let off the gas just a little bit, I think you'll be in a good spot. But man, your layering has improved so much, your structure and the movement has improved so much. Your voice, dude, your voice is just so buttery, dude. I love it so much, man. Y'all, give some love, show some love to the absolute family, DT. Been through hell and back, standing tall. I love the way that you write. I love the way that you build your melodies, man. It's incredibly impressive.
too.
Especially with like, I mean, for the longest time before you got the Lawton that we talked about, for the longest time, just like doing what you could with what you had, recording on like
We are on the
BandLab and
last
stuff.
two, so we probably will just close the line soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually close after the last two.
But DT, I feel like we've probably already talked about this, and I'm sure you've heard me talk about it, even if it wasn't personally for you. But remind me if you're on Pinterest again. Are you?
I love that DT. I want to get DT on platforms. I want to get you
Dude,
releasing.
I
man.
know. Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Yep. I used to have a pair of M50Xs.
Okay, DT, definitely hop over to Pinterest. I know it sounds like it's a girl app, but ignore all that. It's not just your mom's app, okay? It is actually really, really helpful on the visual side of things. Nothing compares to their algorithms. So I'm like, look, it's not just for weddings and baby showers, all right? But yeah, no, it's actually really, really helpful. So if you start a board on Pinterest for, your music, specifically your music brand, it will really, really help. Yeah, just honestly, I always recommend pinning anything and everything that could be considered inspiration, anything that you feel like is true to you and what you may want to put forth in your music identity and how you want to be perceived by your audience and all that stuff. It's a really good starting place, and it just really ensures that your aesthetic stays consistent over like a few months of pinning. So it's really good. Like I love the spot that you're in because I always recommend whenever somebody is actively building up their catalog, it's also ideal to actively do some self-discovery in on the visual side of things too. And it's also just really fun. Like it's really fun. It's a really great way to get inspired and dream a little bit and stuff like that. So that's definitely where I recommend starting. And then I hope, of course, that we get to work with you for your branding. It would be such an honor. And you know, we got you with the discounts because you're just literally family.
Seriously,
But
man.
that will be the first step, honestly. So while you're building up your catalog and having fun making music, also have fun just pinning random shit in Pinterest.
100%.
Do you love a good visual?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize, but the visual side is just as important as the sound, right? It's arguably even more important because it's the first thing people are introduced to half the time. Not more important, but you know what I mean. It's like it's very important because it's the first thing that they're introduced to, the first thing that they see that's going to hopefully bring them to your music.
Yeah. I was a little bit later to the party on Pinterest, but I mean, I love it. I mean, I just like, I find what I like on there, right? I think
Exactly
people think that they have to succumb to what everyone else likes on there, but it's cool. Like, I just look up a bunch of like 80s stuff and synths that I want and cars that I like and outfits that I think are cool. And so it's like my whole Pinterest is like
Yeah,
me
thanks
and
for
what I
being
like.
here, Ari. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're taking something from it. But yeah, it's what we have all of our clients start from, and then I develop, and you know, whoever else we have on our team that does branding, like we develop
Very
it
true.
from, we develop their branding and all of their visuals from and according to their Pinterest. So
Yeah.
it's very helpful.
Man, y'all show some love to the family. DT,
That's another point too, Katie. We haven't even really touched on the marketing side of things because people just are like definitely not there.
Yeah.
Most people coming through this live, but you can also market on there for sure.
Definitely. Man, y'all show some love to DT. That is the family. Please, 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 if you have not already, make sure that you are following DT, especially here, but any platform that you can find him on. Dude, we love you so much, man. Like Libby said, you are the family. Cannot wait to just be hearing more music from you, man. Can't wait for you to like find yourself in that again and have the capacity to actually like build up a catalog of music that you're proud of, man.
Like you offer branding or you need branding, Ari? For real, I had over 100K saves on my pin from... Yeah, that's awesome, Katie. So cool.
Exactly, man. Exactly, dude. Literally, I think DT,
I love it, DT.
DT came in like the first week of doing the live over 2 years ago. So when we talk about like OGs and family, that's about as OG as it gets, man. So y'all definitely make sure that you're following. Let's keep it going. Last two songs, y'all. As we say, and I've said many times over the course of the live, we will never, ever, ever listen without you. We will always make sure that you are here and present for your breakdown. So if you do not get heard today, your credit is always saved as is listed at our link tree and all the details. So if you don't get heard, we'll always make sure that you're taken care of. You'll never miss it.
Okay, Ari. Yeah, definitely. Well,
Nice.
Feel free to go to theobsidiankey.com. Actually, you're on Twitch. It's so much easier this way.
Yep.
Let's
And
see.
then Michaela, hop in the chat. Let me know. I see
Feel
you
free
liking
to
the
check
live.
out
So I
our
got you here.
services. Right here, we do offer longer form consultations if you feel like that's all you need, or we do actually offer branding services as well. So, very happy to have you, Ari. I'm glad that you're here. Either way, I'm glad that you're a part of the community and, you know, can pick up on some things here and there. We all get to learn from each other. That's what this community is all about. We always say we're the facilitators, but you guys really are the heart. And
100%.
that's why we have Discord and all that stuff. Like, we just really want it to be more focused on the community and less on just like us and self-promoting and stuff like that. So
all right, we've got Michaela Berry in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So Michaela, I have read through just the small details that I have here. So this is a poem I wrote about finding a hard time seeing yourself the way your partner does. Love the concept. It's written, recorded, mixed, and mastered by Michaela. Beautiful. Fantastic.
I'm excited.
Let me know
That's
just
a
where...
cool concept.
Let me know where you got the production. Is this a BeatStars beat, YouTube MP3, 2 tracks, something like that? Or did you work with a producer? Let me know. Or did the production yourself as well? Let me know. But I've got a YouTube video here, so that's what we're going to check out. Let me know if it is released, and I'll also pull it up on Spotify. But let's get into it. I'm excited to break this down. This is Art by Michaela. This is the lyric video that I'm watching here. Okay, cool.
I be a fool? I'm not alone. I should feel happy, but I can't.
Great voice.
Oh, please don't lose faith. Hoes turn away, but you kept on standing right there. You right on me.
Is that a Bluebird mic?
Mic
SSL?
things, and if it's only temporary,
I love it.
frame it up, frame me tonight. Oh, watch me strike up.
I have the YouTube, so I'll definitely check that out. But if you're on Spotify and stuff, let us know.
How it feels to be your heart. I think I might cry. I don't think I felt this beautiful in a long time.
Pretty.
I'd like a long life with you. I want you to
Got you on
paint
Spotify.
everything that's gray in me, oh baby. Oh,
Yeah, really nice voice.
how can I complain when you won't hesitate to place me on a wall? My feelings on display. You see me and you say, don't look away, baby. The belief you're portraying, there isn't nothing in me that's worth changing. Oh, babe, you paint me in the most beautiful way. Yeah. Sometimes I just don't see it.
Really, really
Beautiful,
well done.
Michaela.
Yeah, let's go.
That was really nice.
Let's
Great
okay, so I'm
vocals.
gonna pull it up on Spotify. Y'all show some love. That is Art by Michaela. Art by Michaela. So if you like what you hear, this song is out on all platforms. Go like it, go add it to your playlist, go stream it, go follow them on all DSPs and all social platforms. Let's get into it. Let's go straight away into it. I love the fact that you mixed and mastered this all yourself too. I'll give you a couple quick little tips on like vocal positioning and some of the vocal production side. But honestly, you have an amazing voice. You're a good songwriter. I like the structure of this song too. But you have an amazing voice. So to me, the song and vocal production is kind of the foundation of what we're hearing here. So let's get into it. I'm excited to dive in. This is Art by Michaela. Let's run it. When did this song come out? 2,200 monthly listeners. Great job.
Yeah, nice. And you're just down the lane in Houston.
Nice.
Could I be a fool? I'm not alone.
Okay, so right off the bat, so just a really, really quick vocal production tip for me, especially when I'm mixing like R&B vocals and things like that. And again, I love that you're doing this all yourself. You're gaining so much knowledge and tools and just repeatedly doing this. I'm so excited for you. These foundational vocal stacks, I would keep a little bit around the vocal so that they don't step on each other's toes. They don't, cause any like frequency buildup or anything like that. So when you start adding those like beautiful, like tight R&B stacks on the outside, those like third and fifth harmonies, even some of like the pedal tones that you have, they sound beautiful, but they're all coming at you right down the middle. Now, later on in the song, you start to open up like a low octave over here and another low harmony and some other like auto pan stuff that are on the outside. I love where those sit. But I would love to hear those stacks. So those accent vocals, dun, 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 those stacks right there, even just like 25%, 40% to the outside of the lead vocal so that there's a little bit more like distinction and clarity between all of the different vocals and they don't just feel kind of like a ball of sound all around that lead vocal. Giving a little bit of separation in the mix and a little bit of a more open panning structure will make this song feel super vibrant, like super open, like when I think of all like the the classic R&B songs that you love, when you hear those vocal stacks come in and they kind of fill the room, they fill the car, they fill the headphones, that's what you want. If they all come at you from the same direction, then it makes the vocal feel smaller as opposed to more vibrant and more open. So I would suggest opening up the panning structure just a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to push everything 100% to the outside. One like easy, just to like this is not a rule. There's no rules to engineering, but kind of a basic rule that I follow oftentimes is the higher the vocal, the wider it goes, the lower it is, the closer it is to the lead. So if I have a low octave, I might have it right underneath the lead vocal in mono, right? If I have like a lower harmony, I might go 10% out. A little bit higher, 25% out. If I have like a third and fifth note harmony, maybe 50, 75% out. If I have a high octave, I might push it all the way to 100, right? And kind of have a V shape to your vocal mix. It allows you to have every single vocal layer that you have be distinguished in the mix. You can hear, it's like, yeah, they're all hitting at the same time, so you get this really vibrant sound, but you can still kind of articulate all of these different vocals. It makes it sound so vibrant, so alive, and really, really full in the mix. Quick little suggestion, it would just be to kind of work on the panning structure of your vocals, because the voice isn't in question, writing isn't in question, but the positioning can make it feel more amateur or small versus like vibrant and polished. So that'd be one thing.
Honestly, we're not super involved locally in the Dallas music scene. And we're not actually even originally from here. We've only been here a couple years and just been very, very busy since we've been here. So not too sure. Can't really answer that confidently. But I do know that there's a big scene. Yeah, a good live music scene for sure.
Should feel happy, but I can't. Oh, please don't lose faith. House turn away.
Love, I mean, following those octaves right there, gorgeous. Like your intuition as a vocalist, fantastic. It's panning and vocal production. That's it.
Standing right there, you right on me.
As soon as you bring in that auto pan, you just kind of hear the mix kind of come alive for a second, and that's what I want to feel every time those stacks kick in.
Me at the top, beautiful things, and if it's only temporary, frame it up, frame me tonight. Oh, watch me strike up. This is how it feels to be your
You do a great job of establishing your melody and still playing with your voice a little bit. Like that's one thing I love about this is as someone who maybe doesn't have, or any like normal consumer that doesn't have all those vocal runs in their toolbox, is having that like those like melodies that do have repetition and do have movement to them, and let people attach to that, right? Like let them, like I think everyone can learn from this. Let them relate to it. Let them, like anybody can sing those melodies. They're very simple and very clean. And then you flex on them just a little bit at the end of the line. Like those little movements at the end. They'll have like little runs and stuff at the end. I love it. There's so many cool things that you're doing in there. That's why I think
Classic Ari on Twitch said she should add a moment where everything is pulled dry. Her voice is so good.
Yeah, 100%.
I could definitely hear that.
Classic R&B breaks where you cut everything and let the vocal with the stacks do a little bit of a vocal run. You know what I mean? Like there's so many cool things that you can do. So I love your voice. It's a powerhouse voice that has so much potential. I think honestly, if you work on the vocal production, you work on opening up your panning, people will distinguish it. It'll sound cleaner. It'll sound clearer. But you've got so much of a great intuition as a vocalist.
This is how it feels to be your I don't think I've felt this beautiful in a long time.
Like that would be one place to do that, right? You have this. You know what I mean? Like cut the music there and have like a harmony following that like chromatic walk down and that vocal line going down. That would be like a place you could cut it and then bring the beat back in for the verse again. You know what I mean? Like little pockets like that are fun. In the future, you can mess around with some stuff like this. Like actually what's up, Jenna? Taking your production structure and manipulating a little bit is just fun to do.
I've felt this beautiful in a long time. I'd like a long life with you.
You caught us just before we finished.
Want you to paint everything that's great.
one more song after this.
Me, oh baby. Oh,
Great layering.
I like that
Let's go,
part too.
Joseph.
It's cool.
Yeah, me too. Vocalizing is really cool.
can I
Aw,
complain?
yay, Joseph.
You won't
Done.
hesitate to place me on a wall.
Okay, so right in here, one thing that I would focus on too would just be proximity control. So there's a couple of your lines in your vocal that you're really and I love it. It's just a different vocal technique. You're really close to the microphone, so you get those almost like whisper tones from the vocal, very airy, very breathy. The downside to that is you're going to increase plosive energy and sibilant energy. So those harsher like S's and T's, you might need to control with the de-esser a little bit more than you want to, just because there's less space to diffuse them, even if you have a pop filter and stuff like that. And then other times where you'll back off the mic a little bit naturally and have a bit more space, you have more energy behind your vocal. I would make sure that you most likely, if you're going to do that, you might want those on separate takes, like separate tracks that you can process individually. Otherwise, you need to automate a lot. And that's, of course, up to you if that's something you want to try to dive into. But like right here, you hear the vocal it's real quiet. And then you all of a sudden hear it boost by like 3 or 4 dB. It gets really loud. And so you're getting these big changes based on just where you are with the microphone. The other side to that I won't dive in too deep right now, just because it's a whole other subject, would be your compression chain. And having a really well-structured compression chain can make sure that like even if I get close to the microphone and I back off and I move around a little bit, you're not hearing like any dramatic changes in levels on my vocal. They're pretty consistent because I have like 2 compressors on there that are doing very specific things to tighten them up a lot. I love your vocal structure, but that's another one of those things that will make it feel slightly more amateur just because you won't ever hear those discrepancies in a major record, right? And not that these have to be major records, but if we want to aim for obviously as much excellence in our vocal production as possible, which I'm personally am a fan of, look for Art by Michaela. It popped up right away for me. Art by Michaela. Yeah, exactly. That popped up right away for me. But I would focus on control with your proximity, right? So if you're gonna have like a verse where it's very, it's like very like breathy, airy, falsetto, close to the mic, and then you're gonna have a more powerful vocal stack a little bit farther away, then I would probably have that on a separate track that you can process and EQ, process and compress different than your lead vocal, if that makes sense.
When you won't hesitate to place me on a wall, my feelings on display.
So like right there, the feelings on display. You hear the vocal get real loud for a second and then back off.
Katie, are you still here?
Feelings on display. You see me and you say, don't look away, baby. I believe you're portraying. There isn't nothing in me that's worth changing. Oh, babe, you pay me in the
I love
most
that.
beautiful way, yeah.
I love that. And hopefully soon, Michaela, too. Like, I want to post more about vocal mixing because it can kind of be its own language, right? Like, it can just be so overwhelming. You're like, dude, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, the best thing to do is to make sure you're subscribed to Torvik on YouTube so that any learning videos he puts out, like he has one on
Yeah.
EQ and stuff.
Yeah, like 25 minutes just talking about EQing, the language behind it, the terminology, what it looks like, what it sounds like, and how to do that on a vocal, stuff like that. I want to do one for compression too. I just need to have the time to work on more of those YouTube videos. But I do have a YouTube video on. It's like 25 minutes just talking about EQ and stuff like that. And hopefully it's it's very like nuanced. So all of the different kinds of like what is even happening when you change things in an EQ, it can be really helpful. So I love the fact that you have such a great ear and intuition for what you're doing vocally. That to me is just the foundation of everything. You have good taste. Like you just know how to kind of manipulate some things, right? So this is where, I mean, if you're going to be engineering for yourself, you do need to kind of delve a little bit deeper into kind of what's happening with your vocal and how to mitigate those issues. Or of course, start working with another engineer, even at a very low level. Like not every mix has to be $500, $1,000, right? You can find people if it's what's in your capacity for $50, $100, maybe even for points that will grow with you. They might not be
Grammy winning or Billboard charting or something like that, but they have a good ear and they've learned some of the tools and they're willing to grow with you even for a percentage. I think that's always beneficial because oftentimes too, it's just not what you want to focus on. Like I know for most artists, they want to focus on writing, they want to focus on singing and rapping and all of this stuff. They don't want to try to like do all that fun stuff and be creative and then have
It's
to
impressive
sit
that
there.
you've done everything yourself,
Yeah.
though.
And then sit there and do this like super annoying stuff, right? For the next like 4 weeks trying to figure out the mix in your vocals. So I would also encourage most of y'all, like whether through the Discord or through here, that you tap in with some people that you're willing to grow with that maybe are much cheaper and build with them. Of course, if you just know you want to lock in and really get like, you know, a really good mix, and of course you can pay a couple $100 for someone who's going to, you know, engineer at a good
Let's
level,
go
right?
retract.
So that would be my kind of like my tip for you. But man,
Just
show
a
some love
reminder,
to,
guys, that all of these. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just say show some love from Michaela.
Show some love to Michaela. Make sure you're following on all platforms. That was killer. Just a reminder, guys, that these are all saved to Twitch for 2 weeks and then to YouTube indefinitely. So if you miss anything that either of us says, or you just want to go back and see what the full chat was saying during your song, stuff like that, you can reference that for sure. Michaela, let's start by going over your Spotify
You're
really
super
quick.
talented.
But honestly, I feel like I'll just start with your Spotify and then we can go over to YouTube. I can give you some quick tips, give you a little bit of homework, if you will, and then we'll go from there. So I think, let me see. Can you pull it up on, or I think you already have it pulled up, right? Is there a banner or no?
No.
Okay, so a big thing is going to be getting a banner photo on your Spotify. So when you log, all of this is going to be when you log into your Spotify for artists. I would personally make the one that you currently have as your profile photo the banner photo if you're able to do that, because it would be a really good banner photo. And then I would make the profile photo just a single photo of you. And then let's scroll down to your description in the about section. That could definitely stand to be expanded for sure. So minimum about 350 characters, but they give you 1,500 characters to work with, and it's for a reason. It's for algorithm and SEO purposes. So it's like, definitely take advantage of it. I see that you have R&B, you got songwriter, and you got the word Houston. Those are all really good keywords. I would maybe, if you genre bend at all, you know, just give a little more context into what genres you exactly tap into and where you pull inspiration from, things like that. Definitely tagging some bigger artists that are in, that you pull inspiration from and that are in the space that you know, the listeners would be similar. And then when you do tag those artists, make sure that you put the @ symbol before and actually fully tag them so that it hyperlinks them and makes it clickable. That will help with the algorithm as well. I think that's about it for that. You definitely want to make sure that you get your Instagram